This is ThoughtDrought,
where your thoughts get drained.
Today, we're going to talk about hurricanes.
And we're updating the SEO on a short we just posted. Because saying Hillary without the hurricane doesn't give it its full...
I think my phone's making noises. I forgot to turn on the alarm.
Alright, yeah, we had to reshape the camera there for a little bit because right now we're using a very janky setup. And that's okay because poverty is a common trait amongst all Americans.
We'll look back on this and be like, them were the days, you know?
Yeah, no, back in the days when we used game cases for holding it up.
Exactly, you know, it'll be a story. Oh, it didn't. Yeah, no, okay. Oh, wait, I didn't hit the record button.
Oh,
okay.
So none of that was recorded.
But it was streamed.
It was on the air, but not in our hearts.
It was recorded onto YouTube, so it's in the heart of Google. If Google has a heart.
Okay, yeah. So the government has it, but not us. That's fantastic, right? You know,
I think
we're stood for letting us know that happens.
You know what? If you keep talking, I'm gonna make you watch this fucking video by an idiot.
What?
I'm gonna make you watch this video by an idiot.
You're gonna make me watch a video by an idiot? Isn't that what we do every week? You know? Oh, it's him. All right. Tell me why.
Special idiot.
Well, look, he's wearing a regular shirt.
But we had a different thing. He really does not LGBTQ people.
He doesn't like LGBTQ people? Why?
I was gonna watch either this one or this one. Which one?
He doesn't have the plus in there. All right, I can see why he's not.
Which one is it? Do you want to see? I think I was gonna cover this one first. We could do this another time.
It's such an SEO grab, you know, like to say,
oh yeah,
movement
definitely.
Exposed, shocking history behind being gay. Like, okay, yeah.
It's a cotton mill, man.
Okay.
It's the cotton mill. What you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, he's playing. Look, as a man making money, that he's making the money. He's playing the SEO game. But like, if you're doing it for the things that are right and just, no.
Well, before we talk about him, we're gonna talk about.
It's the same guy, right?
Yeah, same guy.
First we're gonna talk about
hurricanes.
Natural disasters. Okay.
How we're yeah.
So this is Hurricane Hillary.
So without telling exactly where we are basically right in the flight path of this fucking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And right now it has eased up a bit. So
do you remember the
internet's better?
Do you remember the last time there was a storm?
Like with I was about to say the thing, but I don't know if it would dox us.
Well, we can say when it was. We don't gotta say where it was.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say
when we were in high school.
Yeah, no, and it was really, really wet.
It rained. I remember stuff getting like torn down and flipped over because I worked.
Highway signs were just torn down.
Oh, that was weird. Dude, stoplights were too.
Yeah, no, you just go outside and you're like, huh, American infrastructure is really weak. It's just like this is the testament. It can't stand up to slightly strong rain.
Yeah, so a lot of beaches are doing this too. Like, actually, I have footage from the last storms that came through because remember we had a storm a while back, not too long ago, like a year, like when we went to the beach.
Yeah,
they were doing the sand barricades.
Yeah, no, they have to put up barricades because people's houses are right there. If you're Ben Shapiro, you can just tell them to sell the house, but what are you gonna sell? Like fucking sand? Like,
okay, so here's the flight path. Hold on.
All right, yeah, the flight path going down from Mexico,
Man, just can't get a break, can you, Mexico?
No. Cartel monster trucks to Hillary.
So luckily, yeah, it's basically right in the middle of it in its flight path, which is fantastic because, frankly, this makes it look like it's going to be a clean, but it's going to more be like all of this.
This is a divergence from where it once was. It was going to go more up the western coast of California, but
that would have been fucked.
Yeah, like LA would have been, destroyed, I guess. All like Skid Row. It's just
washed
clean.
away.
Yeah, it's just all pristine.
For the first time in 30, 40, 50 years.
But I guess that's really the fucked up part is that all of the homeless people in Southern California are going to just...
It's still fucking hot, though. It's still like...
No, it's a tropical storm. It is wet, humid, hot. It is not cold. You don't get a brief moment of lower temps in the California heat.
76 degrees and raining. Which I guess isn't terrible, but it's just sticky.
Peak 78, but it's okay. And I'll take the rain. I was outside in the morning, and I'm like, you know what? It just feels nice. A brief departure
until you go inside
the
building.
Oh well, yeah. Then you're just there. It's just warm,
sticky,
and the air is thick. Yeah. But braving through Hurricane Hillary. I wonder if it's raining in Vegas.
Yeah, so we're still kind of in the flight path of it, too.
Yeah.
So it's not even like... It's a giant scatter shot of a storm. I just wonder...
And they say, you know, like, it'll also occur tomorrow, but we'll see.
Do you believe it?
I don't know. All I know is that if you were driving right when the rain started, you are fucked. Because that floor has been hit by the California sunshine for months. And then you get the first bit of rain. Nah, those roads are going to be slippery.
Man. Ooh, a pier.
Yeah, look at that. People saying that it's an Imperial Beach.
I wonder if you can fish in water like that.
San Diego County. I mean, maybe.
Or, well, I mean, I remember the last time. Yeah, it was like El Nino winds or whatever. Yeah. It was an El Nino year, and it was...
Yeah, that's the word I didn't know if I wanted to say, El Nino.
Why?
I don't know. It was just that doxus.
El Nino.
El Nino. But yeah, that was the one that came before.
Oh, the entire Southwest doesn't speak Spanish, right?
Well, you know.
Like the entire Southwest.
You mean Mexican? You mean...
We're both part Mexican.
South of the border?
North, south, east, west. Shit, there's people out in the water. They probably speak in Spanish, too. Actually, no. Remember, the motherfuckers underground.
All I know is that I think we can take that part of...
Mexico?
Yeah.
You just take it for America?
Yeah.
You know, America really should just take Baja. We should stop playing games. Baja should just be America.
Yeah.
They can keep Sonora.
We should take Tijuana. We're already like halfway there. All right, we should take TJ.
Look, we don't gotta take all of it. They keep BCS, whatever the fuck that is. We just let us take Baja, and then and you guys can. Oh, actually no, we'll take all of it actually because it's all really nice stuff.
Yeah.
We'll take all this, and then you guys don't have to worry about it. Save money. Not like we just took like your only source of fucking,
Ichocan.
I'm gonna look at something. We should have looked at this before, but...
What, the map of Mexico?
No, I'm just making sure. Okay, we're not. Okay, it doesn't actually show your current
It's going
location.
through Barstow. Rip Hunter S. Thompson.
Damn, it's going through Barstow?
Yeah. Imagine being in Barstow and then there's just a thunderstorm.
Alright, for those of you who haven't been to California or only, I don't know, maybe don't travel much, Barstow is from a movie. But we've been to Barstow in real life, and it... Oh, my fuck.
Fear and Loathing in Las
Vegas. Dude, the
Dude,
pictures make it look, like, nicer than it is.
It's not that nice.
It's terrible. Why?
Yeah, I mean,
why
it's
are
out
they
in the middle
lying?
of the desert.
But it's like a street.
Yeah, no, it is. It's basically a street.
That's Baja. It's basically... It looks really nice in this picture, but, like, if you ever go there, it's literally just one street, and that's it.
Yeah, it's like if you go anywhere further, it's just housing. Just the people who live there.
Nah, it's a terrible place. This is what it looks like to approach Barstow.
Yeah.
It's awful.
It's just nothing. It's just Fallout New Vegas. It's like you render in one town.
You rendered in like 10% of one town.
Yeah.
Oh, Fast and the Furious was here?
Barstow Speed. Look at that. Wow.
Wow. Well, apparently Barstow's famous, but also it's a shit town.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it'd be cheap to film there.
What the fuck? Why do all these pictures show Barstow so damn big?
Yeah.
This one ruined Barstow. That shit was
Well, the thing is, if you
small.
go anywhere beyond the main street, it's basically just the people who live there. It's the housing. If you want to go to a store, it's right there on the main street. Like, basically, if you're a tourist, you have no reason to go beyond the main street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alright, we'll go to this one later. He hates LGBTQ people.
Alright, we'll do that one later.
I was going to stick to the order we had.
Yeah, we can go by the order.
But...
I mean, there is no reason or rhyme to the order. It's just
how
order.
it is.
Alright, there is one that is order.
Fine then, since we already had that one up, we'll just do that one first then. Oh, fuck.
Pete Davidson, anti... Oh,
okay.
It's not natural.
Yeah, today...
Okay.
Now that we're done talking about hurricanes and all that fun stuff...
Now we're talking about valuetainment.
We're gonna learn... Hold on, before we go into this, we're gonna learn how to be rich today, okay?
Oh, God.
We need to drop ship...
So at 13 years old, I had a...
Kobe Bryant's... Oh, he interviewed Kobe.
Kill list.
Damn.
His last great interview. Not his last interview, but his last good interview.
If it was his last interview, now that's a dub. But
yeah.
But if it's not,
it's more fucked up to be like, this is his last good interview, and it was with me. You know, like, it really, like, that's how big your ego is.
Oh, this looks like it's a well of content.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very high octane guy. You know, he makes a lot of content.
High value.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why he makes a lot of money from the YouTube channel.
You think he'd ever talk to Vivek?
Oh no, yeah, I think he's talking to Vivek.
Oh shit. Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, editing this clip is gonna suck.
It will.
Because
Patrick, Bet, David, Vivek. He's talking to a few groups. He's talking to David Pacman. So.
Am I spelling his name right? /O Vivek?
Vivek Ramaswamy.
No, not Ramaswamy. The philosopher.
Oh, you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about the communist philosopher?
Yeah.
Slavoj Žižek?
Slavoj Vivek. Thank you.
What? How did that come into your mind?
Well, Vivek is the name of it.
Zizek.
Zizek? Is it? Oh, is it Zizek?
Did he talk to... He talked to him 3... Oh, my. There we go.
Oh, he did talk to him.
Holy shit. And it's over Zoom. And they're both looking in different corners.
Yeah, I know that pain. Okay.
EVE Online, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna just I'm gonna watch that later.
Oh,
damn it! This is gonna be his hour-long thing on stream.
I know.
All I know is it's like this is gonna be.
If it gets slow, we can watch it.
This is gonna be real fucking awkward if I end up hating on him. You know.
Mm.
All right.
Wonderful.
All right. We're gonna hate him. I hate him. Oh.
Yeah.
There you go.
Peaceful conversation with this guy named Anthony Weiner. I don't know if you're familiar with the
Anthony
guy.
Weiner.
He's a very,
I saw
guy.
that podcast.
Yeah. So.
Joe is about to laugh because
Anthony
his name
Weiner,
is
Let me ask you, how good are you at giving blowjobs?
You know what?
Wait.
Before we let's
look at Anthony Weiner first. Because I know there's two different people named Weiner.
Is it the former campaign guy?
No, I don't. Did he talk? Oh my god, he did talk with him.
Holy.
Because I'm pretty sure that's the one, right? He posted pictures online of them naked. I think one of them he had it with his child, a baby, which is, I mean, that's a sex crime. But alleged. Wait, no, I think he was found. Point being, I don't like him.
That's 50% of ThoughtDrought saying that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I ain't saying.
Okay, look up Anthony Weiner.
I just did. I'm not gonna look up his sex crimes. God damn it.
That's Anthony Weiner. Supposedly, I'm just going to verify right now. We're going to verify.
I'm trying my best. Hold on.
All right. So, if I remember right,
I'm gonna say. Hold on. I think it is. I'm just gonna save this for later as well because I want to watch this. If this is indeed the Wiener we all know and love.
Okay, so that's saved for next time.
That's saved for next time.
All right.
Anthony Weiner.
Yeah, former United States representative.
Oh dear God, it is.
Yeah. What was his scandal?
Let me just go.
It's a scandal. We don't know if it's true.
Traffic tickets. That's fun. Sexting scandal? Oh.
Yep, the sexting scandal.
He sent a link to a woman who was following him on Twitter. It contained a sexual photograph of himself. He denied that he did it. He admitted he did it. And then...
Yeah, the dude was just critically horny and he did sex scandals.
Look, when you're in the halls of... I mean, I think stuff's changed, but I don't even think today you could do that in his
No,
position.
you can't. And if I remember right, he was married. Oof. Yeah, if I remember right.
Oh, here it is. Hold on. On January 31st, 2017, the Wall Street Journal reported that federal prosecutors were weighing whether or not to bring CP... What the fuck?
Yeah, that's the charge against him.
Hold on. Going further back...
If I remember right, he had a picture of himself with his baby.
In 2016 September 2016, it was published that Weiner had engaged in sexting with a 15-year-old from North Carolina. The device owned by Weiner was seized as a part of the investigation.
That is, and then that's the dude you're gonna take as your LGBTQ, response. Is the dude who had sexted a 15-year-old?
Oh, that's the guy who said he was gay?
Well, he's right now in the video. He's talking about how this is the guy he's talking to, Anthony Weiner. And if you're going to be talking about the LGBTQ community, and you specifically,
I think it's a different video though. Wait, was it Anthony Weiner?
Well, right now he's in this. It's not natural. Why are 20% of kids studying LGBTQ?
Oh, yeah. Okay. He's actually talking about Anthony Weiner here, though.
Familiar with the guy?
Anthony Weiner.
He's a very,
I saw that podcast.
Oh yeah, no, fuck, I'm sorry. Yeah,
no. So
I got a little caught up in the fuck.
I mean, let's see how he uses that man's opinion in this video.
Yeah, let's see. We might end up agreeing with this.
Yeah. So.
Shit.
So, and I asked him.
Yeah, I know, right? All that shit talking.
So let me ask you, how good are you at giving blowjobs? And he looks at me like, kind of a freaking question is that? He says, I'm sorry? And I said, yeah, how good are you at giving it? He says...
Just your intrusive thoughts coming out. Well, how good are you?
During a live stream, man. Jesus Christ.
Dude, that's fucking weird, alright? I'm sorry to say, but you're at this high profile interview with Patrick Bet-David, and he just starts asking you, you have good head?
To be fair, it would be weirder if it was a woman he asked.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you want to do the whole equality stance. If you ask that to a woman, it would be received...
way worse.
Oh, yeah, no. You can't do that.
You can't do that, actually.
And it'd be so horrible, yeah.
So...
But let's see why he's...
Because it's a fucking dumb question. What kind of a weird ass... I mean, to be fair, it's Weiner. I feel like... Okay, legitimately, if we had the chance to interview Weiner, I don't know if I could hold that, those questions aside either. Because it's Because once, but
thing is,
I have
is
to
more
though.
formal and a professional. But I don't know. Maybe he keeps his fun side out.
Maybe. Oops.
No, I said when you were 11 years old, did anybody teach you how to give one? No. Why would they teach me that? That's what they're teaching in schools right now in many different places. Oh, they're not doing that. There's no way they're doing that.
There are books that do show that. Yeah.
There are books, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, if a person wants to sell that book at Barnes & Noble, go for it.
So, the thing is, and someone in the comments can correct me on this if you'd like, as far as I know, those books were in high schools and not middle schools.
Yeah, they were in upper level schools. They weren't at grade school. They were in high school. They were.
And honestly, to be frank with you, that's the time they started engaging in that activity.
Yeah, and also if
you
you're
probably know something about
if you're young and you had a sexual crime committed against you, you would have no idea as to what was happening unless you learned about these things. And there's an article, I don't think we have it on here, but it was, I don't know if it was Mississippi or Missouri, but a southern state where a person was sexually assaulted, 10 weeks passed, and they found out that she was pregnant. But the thing is, the mother was like, oh, I would never think about teaching my daughter this. She's really young from middle school, and it's if you taught her what these things were, she would have been able to identify that this was a sex crime committed upon them.
Listen,
then they would have been able to identify the crime and report it. Because if you have no idea that a crime has been committed... Those people are not
going to wait for your child to grow up.
Yeah, no, that's the fucked up thing is, how are they going to identify it? And you'll give them a gun, because you believe in the Second Amendment, but you won't tell them who to shoot. They don't know who to shoot. They don't know to shoot their sexual assaulter, because they have no idea that it's a crime, that it's this activity that shouldn't be done upon them.
And that's the thing, is that at the end of the day, that's why a lot of people say, and I think I agree with the sentiment, that it comes back to control, because you don't want them to know when they're sexually assaulted. But, I mean, here's the more tragic part, right? Shit comes from in the house,
Yeah, a lot of it is family members.
It's family members.
Or close ties within the community.
And then could you imagine the effect that would have on the women in that community?
Yeah.
Not being able to talk about it, it's a sickening proposition. But we can talk about the dark side of things for a moment. Because we knew a few LGBTQ people growing up, and legitimately some, asexual people, some bi people, and these were teenagers. When we were teenagers, they were teenagers. And a few of them were dating adults.
Yeah, and they have no idea. I mean, maybe they do have an idea, but it's like...
So you could argue that person... It's a cycle, right? You could argue that person who's dating them is LGBTQ, and they are committing a crime by doing what they're doing. But the person they're committing it on is an LGBTQ kid. And they aren't equipped to know what's right from wrong.
And if you taught them that, hey, these are things that could happen to you, and these are things that are illegal and bad for X reason... You know, they could be able to report it effectively and not be, like, critically confused by what just happened. And not tell their parents until signs of pregnancy comes up 10 weeks down the line.
You know what fucks with my head to this day? The fact that... Because, like, I don't want to name drop any names. Because, I mean, if the cops want to ask, I mean, they can ask and I'll tell them whatever. I don't really care. But it wasn't like a few people knew that some of these girls were dating like adults. Like I remember they would come pick them up after high school. They would be there in their cars.
Yeah.
That was like a thing. It was common knowledge to a lot of us. But somehow it wasn't. No, it was. The families sometimes know about that shit too.
Well, you know, if you look at some red states, they still believe that as long as the parents know and they're okay with it, you could have an adult go with a minor.
We knew a situation like that.
There's people who
again, I know if they ever see this, they know I'm talking about them. But I mean, I don't talk to them. I don't care.
Yeah, those people that we knew, and it's just, and as a kid, you know,
there are pictures of them out there with the parents.
You know them. They're like, hey, you know, they're dating.
Remember, there were pictures on Instagram where the family went on vacation with their boyfriend, who the boyfriend was like 20 and the girl was like 16, and they're all taking pictures together at a lake.
Yeah, it's very odd.
It's fucked.
And when you're young, being a high schooler, it's just like, you know, you're not educated enough to
what type of fucked up parents let that kind of shit happen, though? What type of parents let that fucked up shit happen?
Well, the thing is, the parents probably have... I mean, the parents weren't educated either.
I mean, like,
they weren't taught anything. Like, 4
years. I mean, you could
They should have better judgment, but, you know, at the end of the day, the education system failed them.
Romeo and Juliet was... I mean, like, for 4 years, you could technically maybe be in high school together.
Yeah.
But I think that guy was older than 4 years.
Maybe.
That's the problem. Maybe. It's like... It's just... I don't know. Talking about this shit's so weird because on one hand, like if we're being real with you, this can happen without the parents knowing. This shit can't go on and on and on.
They'd be like, how'd you get home so fast? Why'd you come home so late? You know, like
why do you have alcohol in your breath? How did you get access to alcohol? You're 15.
As long as the parent is somewhat attentive, they'll find out.
They will find out. And that's the fucking weirder part, is that those who are attentive are permissive of it.
Yeah. But we should probably continue.
Yeah, let's continue.
40 seconds.
Basically, the point, just to make the point, is that they're both the perpetrators and the victims.
Yeah.
If a person wants to sell that book on Amazon, go for it. But what do you think about parents that are protesting all over the place, where in some districts, these guys are saying, no, this is recommended reading by the teacher, and it's normal.
What's the name of the book?
You should learn about this at an early age. How do you feel about that?
I don't remember the name of the book, but
they never
it was
mentioned
in
the book.
Emma versus Tim, they did bring up a book, and he said it was in elementary schools, but then
ended up being in high school.
Yeah,
that's my point.
It was in high school.
Well, that's my problem with this grifting, is that they never bring up the book. They never bring up the high school. It's just like, I heard a story. Yeah, but whenever, I mean...
usually they make it vague, and they make it put it with...
Okay, but conveniently when we're watching it, they never name drop it.
Yeah.
Whenever we're on stream recording
it... Yeah, it's always a vague boogeyman, you know, this thing's happening, but they don't give the concrete example, because you give the concrete example, then they can find out, oh wait, you're actually lying about the age group it's being
full
presented.
Shit.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's very clear that there are certain teachers that have an agenda, and that their agenda is to indoctrinate
name the book or the school
this LBGT mindset, and that this is
what's the mindset?
Not just cherished but celebrated. And you know, if you're talking to someone who is a gay kid, great, that's great. If you want to tell them that it's okay to be gay and you know you should be your true self, great, that's terrific. What my concern with is that a lot of
straight people also do blowjobs.
Let's hear his concern.
Okay, I was gonna say straight people also do blowjobs.
With
but let's hear his concern.
New Jersey had an uptick in kids identifying as non-binary by 4,000%. Like, it's not natural. These are not normal numbers. And I think children are very malleable. They're very impressionable. And if you reward them for certain kinds of behavior, if they are praised and cherished for certain types of behavior, I think they'll be encouraged to do that. And
what he's failing to address is that before this point, in these blue states, you were punished for being gay. Like, it's the other side of the coin. He's not addressing that, especially if you live in Mississippi, if you live in a southern state like Texas or Florida. If you come out as LGBTQ, you will be punished. You will not be seen as the same. Your friends might treat you differently. Your peers, your parents, your community will be like, oh, like, no, that's not right with God. It's not right with our traditions or values. And so it's just funny that they won't bring up the fact that as a societal force, they were pushing down on the LGBTQ community. And now you're like, oh, well, now you're getting praised for being it. It's like, well, we just had the flip happen, right? In some states where now they say it's okay to be it, and you should be okay with being this thing. And yeah, now that it's not shunned to fucking hell.
Basically, let me try to shorten it.
Yeah.
The insult we grew up with as kids, being called gay, and that's like not a thing as much anymore.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine as I remember being in elementary school and saying something is the G word, right? Like,
basically, what this is times are changing. I'm scared.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just old person like yelling at the changing of the times.
Here's another point. Gay people have existed forever. If you go back in history, you can find examples of them everywhere. You find them in indigenous places. You find them in Greece. I mean, Greece.
Greece was very gay.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
Yeah, and
but
PDF,
I like
PDF
how they
kind of gay too.
Yeah, no, it's very, very
PDF file.
Yeah.
I love that.
A lot of old societies were like that, but
yeah, I mean, to be fair, but it was like an institution.
Yeah.
Because they were Spartan boys training with the Spartan men.
Yeah.
And I think you're seeing a lot of these detransitioners.
That's the West for you.
That a lot of these kids got encouraged early and got put on hormone blockers and hormones and got mastectomies and got castrated, and now they have deep regret. And people don't want to acknowledge that, and they attack those people. They attack those detransitioners. We have always.
So the problem with the detransitioning is not that there's detransitioners, is that you guys don't listen to them either. There are so many detransitioners who talk about how they're still pro-LGBTQ, they're still pro-trans, they're still pro-transitioning, they're still pro-gender-affirming care. They just acknowledge that they didn't make the right choice, but they wouldn't deny that choice to other people. But you don't listen to them because they're just a pawn to you guys. They're just just bullets in your magazine. They're rockets for your. Yeah. That's all.
Some also stop because they don't have the money. In America, this shit doesn't come cheap. Mm-hmm. And, if you're struggling with money, you don't have the access, you're going to have to stop because, it's just a money issue. In America, people are struggling to get their dollar.
You mean it's a skill issue?
It's a skill issue.
Thought that young children are not capable of making life-changing decisions at an early age. That's why we don't allow 7-year-olds to get tattooed. And now all of a sudden you're allowing 7-year-olds to say that I'm a girl or I'm a boy, cut off my breasts and put me on testosterone. Yeah. That's craziness.
I mean, I would just like to see some examples because I would be against that too. But I am for gender-affirming care. I'm for them exploring that if they want.
And the thing is, the people who are saying this rhetoric aren't just making laws for this. They're making laws to stop them from being in different restrooms, from being in.
Well, they're stopping adults from transitioning. They're stopping adults from transitioning.
Yeah, no, it's like they say, like, 7-year-olds, and like you don't even care if they're 70. Like a lot of these laws aren't just for this small contingent, this 1% of 1%.
You know what I hate about this shit? This is a good example of America's fucking what's the word? Short-term memory, because we had the same conversation about gay people like in 2012. Oh, they're gonna make the kids gay. Oh, now they're gonna prey on the children.
They brought
it back.
Let them a lot marry. Of people will say that LGBT anybody would make them. Man. Yeah, no, it's old tactics with the new fucking paint.
It's so old that there's cobwebs, dust, and skeletons on this shit.
Yeah, I know it's the same as the old. But
it's a bullshit, guys. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
All the freaking. You want to know where all the PDF files are? They've been in the church. We've known about it for years, and they rotate them around when it happens.
There's statistics on how many people in the church.
We just talked about it. LGBTQ kids are the biggest victims of this shit.
Yeah.
So, like, what is... Like, this type of behavior, this type of rhetoric is going to push those LGBTQ kids. No, they're going to push the LGBTQ kids into the arms of these fucking exploiters. Because where else are they going to go? They have no support. You go to you're not gay, don't be gay. You're a kid, you don't know these things. Like, what are they going to react to that? They're going to go to the fucking, to the person who's going to do fuck shit to them because that's the only fucking
and some of these really religious people, they'll send their kid to a church group, and then when their priest molests the kids, they'll just look the other way because it's
no, you're lying. They wouldn't do that.
God,
no. The line of logic I always hear is that didn't happen. You're lying. You just want to leave.
No, they just basically screw over the child because they don't want to face the fact that there's institutions that they agree with that are bad, and they're biased towards these institutions that they grew up with, and they're too much of a closed mind to realize that fact.
You're a closed mind.
Oh.
You ever thought about them apples?
Percentage of parents do you
fade
actually
away.
think? Obviously,
Disintegrate.
we don't know the exact number, but what percentage of parents, left, right, middle, think that's okay? What do you think that percentage is?
That's interesting. I would not know. I would just be wildly guessing.
What do you
But there's a certain amount of people that are in the progressive mindset that is essentially a cult. There's cult-like thinking on both the right and on the left.
Absolutely.
It's cult thinking. It's conglomerations of opinions that you adopt and you defend because that keeps you in the tribe. And the LBGT, whatever the other numbers are in letters,
the letter mafia
it's a flag that you're flying to show that you're on the right team, that you're progressive, you're open-minded, you're on the right side of history, you're inclusive. This is what they're doing.
God, man.
And that has an effect on people.
Just a whole bunch of nothing.
I think you should allow people to be who they are, and you should be open to people being who they are, no matter what it is. But to encourage them to go in a specific direction, I think there's real repercussions for that.
I don't think we're going to be able to use this clip.
You think it's 1%, 5%, 10%, 15%? You think it's 20 plus? Like, if you were to guess,
I don't think it's 20 plus.
I think we're going to have to cut that entire portion out.
Maybe, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, it caught it.
The same thing with people that think that trans athletes should be able to compete with women, and biological women in women's sports.
Kids, man, okay, you know what? You want my anti-kid take for a moment? Kids are just fucking loud. Kids are just fucking loud.
Oh.
Yeah. Infinite energy and loud. I mean,
Is there a thing to see how many viewers or if there are viewers?
I was trying to pull it up for a while, but
Should I put up my phone as, seeing the stream?
See, that's the problem. Whenever I pull up stats, it does that. I can't find, the stats from the stream.
That's odd.
That's the problem.
Let's see.
I can't monitor the stream from here. But we also have no chatters. So I guess what I'll do is I'll pull it up on our channel over here.
I put it up on my phone.
Either one. I'll run it in the background just so we can watch viewer counts.
Oh.
But, yeah.
Small, very loud minority.
Do you think that's kind of like, let's just say I'm your friend, okay? And we're out at a restaurant. And you know how there's the guys that all of a sudden somebody's going to say, Joe, you're picking up a topic, we're having dinner, we're having a conversation. Hey, what do you think about voting this way? And one of your friends, this guy feels like I have to agree with 100% of what Joe says because it's Joe. Joe's my boy. Joe said this.
Joe also has a multi-million-dollar media group and is your gateway into comedy and into podcasting. And if he says anything against you, you'll get a whole tirade of 1 million fanboys saying that you're wrong because Joe Rogan said this. So yeah, if you disagree with Joe, it's not just he's your boy, but like he's the boy with an army. He's
he's the dog.
Yeah, he's the top dog. All right.
Joe, you're 100% right. And then you got one of your friends like, I don't know if I agree with you, man. I think it's this, and you're having a debate. Do you think there's a part of the political party where they feel like just because I'm a Democrat, I have to agree with 100% of what everything they're pitching me?
There's a bunch of people like that. Yeah, there's a bunch of like full-on cultists, and they're blue no matter who.
Yeah.
And that's their mind, and in their social circle, like this is how you talk and communicate. And you know, I've had conversations with those people, particularly when I was in LA. And when you confront them with facts, they're in denial. And first of all, they don't know the facts. They're
You know, this would have been a good segue into that next video.
What you're saying is propaganda. That what you're saying is
the Americans versus facts video.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah,
we had that for next week.
Yeah.
Bullshit and conspiracy.
It's like, oh, well, you guys already have videos for next week. It's because we've been picking more videos, and like if we just do videos, like 3 videos will be the whole stream.
Yeah, no, because we talk too much. We talk a lot during these videos. People talk about free use and whether or not you're adding enough content to a video. Oh, well, we had a lot of content.
Yeah, we definitely not.
Good or bad, I don't know. But
you know, I remember when I first started talking to Jordan Peterson about that bill, what is it, C-16, that's up in Canada, that is a hate speech law that mandates
Gilbert.
you using whatever the person.
We're watching Joe Rogan.
There were like 48 different preferred pronouns that were going to mandate. And people are like, why are you concentrating on that? This is something that exists in colleges. This is not something in...
Did anything ever come of that bill?
Why is that of concern to you? Because...
Did anything ever even come of that bill?
No, I mean, they're not forcing them. And even then, I would say this. If you're paying to be there, I think that money also includes the fact that they can call you what they want to call you. All right? You're giving them their job. You're the customer. I mean, you're paying for the product. You're paying to be there. Why is it such a big deal to just say what you want to be called?
I mean, like call me an authority. Oh, I guess you guys are reacting? Yeah, we were reacting. What, did you find us in the gaming section?
Oh, do we have ourselves in the gaming section?
No, I put ourselves in entertainment.
I'm sorry, Gilbert. I'm sorry.
We tricked you, Gilbert.
Yeah, actually, I rember a dude in high school who was named Gilbert who actually won prom king.
Hey, damn.
I remember that. That was crazy. But,
see, until you prove otherwise, that's the Gilbert in the chat.
Yeah, that is Gilbert. Yeah, that is the same Gilbert.
Hey, Gilbert, you still out there slinging dick?
Oh, God. Talking about
slinging, just scout there, just getting it.
Yeah, right now we're reacting to Joe Rogan and PBB.
Brother was already getting wet. He didn't need the rain.
Yeah. Do you want to continue with this video or go on to another one?
I'm kind of bored of this. It's just
I know it's the typical.
They're just jerking each other off for 10 minutes. It's just, He does look like he's. I'm coming.
Yeah, no, it's yes, that's totally. Yeah. Well, I believe you 100%. No skepticism.
No skepticism. Gilbert,
no evidence needed. Your word is all the credential you ever needed.
Gilbert the dick slinger. There you go. God, the answer there. Okay, I got to admit, we're gonna watch one of his Anthony Weiner things just because I gotta see it. I'm almost too curious in this.
Huh. There was an earthquake warning.
What?
That's crazy. But I didn't feel it.
Is there no sound to this?
Crazy. I don't know. I mean, Hurricane Hillary came by. There was now, I guess, an earthquake, but that's okay. Yeah, right now we're in Hurricane Hillary.
God damn it.
You know the name. You know the show. No.
Yeah.
Yes, we're in Hurricane Hillary.
Yes. That's why there's rain behind us.
This is who you are. You walk up here and you said, "What's your name?"
Yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. No. You said, "What's your name?" And then you say, "I call my friends to say, should I give these guys this?" You know the name. You know the show.
No. I was trying to find if you use your whole first name.
Hey, so it's like the
I
player,
apologize.
What's your name?
I apologize.
Above everybody
No.
else.
I apologize. I didn't know if you used.
And I was willing to give you a fair shake.
I apologize.
You walked up as an asshole.
No.
That's what
I apologize. I didn't know if you used the shortened version of your name. I should have researched that.
No, you didn't say that. You said, "What's your name?"
I know, but to see if you would give me a hint of what you said.
And then
People do it with me when I do Tony or Anthony.
I got a good memory like you do, guy. You said, "What's your name?" I said Patrick. Then you ask, do you prefer Pat or Patrick?
That's
if you knew my name is Patrick, you would have eliminated one of the questions and you would have asked, this is who you are. You walk up here, you said, what's your name?
What type of petty ass argument
so he's
is
just
this?
angry that he doesn't remember his name. It's oh god, this reminds me of Jimmy Dore when it's like, hey, so you won't come onto my show, so I'm going to get angry at you and just slander your career. Alleged, I don't know, slander laws. But
I'm very confused as to what's actually going on.
So it seems like he's just angry and he's not playing true with not knowing his name.
This is who you are.
Sorry, copyright. That was the Hateful Eight.
Yeah. Well,
hey, thank you. We're getting likes.
Well, like hundreds.
Oh, we're getting hundreds.
Hundreds.
Oh shit. What does that mean?
I don't know. It's emoji.
Oh, I don't know what's going on. I'm honestly a little scared.
Do you want to go on to...
Okay, we're on to the next one. So, did you know Gilbert the Dick Slinger? That Vice has been bought off by Saudi Arabia?
So, Saudi Arabia has been dipping its toes into American economy for a while, right? I mean, we get their gas.
Make sure before they decide to dox us.
So, I'm with this article from The Guardian talk about how Vice has taken from the Saudi Arabian cookie jar, and they can't get their hands out of it. There was one article where they said that they were hired to do a music event in Saudi Arabia where they got a couple million, and the editor from The Guardian basically said, with these multimedia news companies, they're struggling for money, and when Saudi Arabia gives out their hand, they'll take it because they need the money. And
this is kind of an argument for news just being a publicly funded service.
Yeah, because when they're at the behest of private interest, they'll have to fight for private interest.
Do you guys love miners? I love mine. I'm not going to sing that part.
Well, Saudi
I keep
Arabia
them in my Minecraft basement where the chests are. You almost got me there, you fuck. I'm almost saying that second part because I like habitually sing shit on stream. You almost got me. You almost had me walk into a bear trap with a mine laid in it. Good shit, but also no.
Yeah.
But yeah, like okay, so the thing the thing that we're constantly told about in the news when I was in, because fun enough, I'm actually a journalist with a degree, like minted and all. So I got that one qualification. Basically, because of the way media companies struggle and the way news is created, journalists are, at the end of the day, they are a cost. We are a product. The thing we make is a product. And our product is just not, like...
Not gonna say it.
When pronouns are... Nope. Ah, my God, why? Yeah, you're having fun with us again, aren't you? Anyway, damn, I'm just trying to ruin my career, man. They've been having a hard time keeping the lights on, and because of that, they've been doing more than questionable practices. So, this is just an example of it. I mean, they regularly have stories of people being let off from different news outlets. It's better to say it quickly.
Yeah, I bet it is.
And
so with Vice, they had this article they're going to make about LGBTQ people in Saudi Arabia, but Saudi Arabian, it seems like they might have had orders taken down from the government or from Saudi Arabian interest, and they decided to postpone the article and cancel it. And then also in one of the offices, they had a photograph of a memorial, and they took it down and put up a map of Saudi Arabia. And some people are just coming out and being like, "Hey, dude, what the fuck? Why is this all? Why is Saudi Arabia, pushing you in this direction?" And before the president or CEO, the one that came before, he was at a conference call talking to the workers, saying, "Oh, if you don't like Saudi Arabian presence here, then you're welcome to leave. We're trying to create an environment for young and creative people to express themselves." But it's ironic if you do that toward the Saudi Arabian government, you will likely get killed, like Jamal Khashoggi, right?
Got it.
I mean, Gilbert's got it.
Gilbert, you got it. Saudi bad.
Yeah, so Saudi bad.
And you put your stamp of approval on it officially, and I respect that. You, unlike these goddamn politicians, can commit to a position. Fuck, man. Look, but that's really just it. I mean, we've been knowing this for years, and the problem is that people don't trust publicly funded media.
Yeah.
But But the problem is that the places where it is publicly funded, like, you know, the Netherlands and parts of Europe, their media, their news reliability is rated higher than ours. I mean, BBC is government funded. I mean, we don't really have anything like that. I mean, we have
It's
NPR.
liberal propaganda.
We have NPR and we have CNET, you know? But, like, no one really watches CNET, and... I mean, NPR, I mean, I guess, but, like, you know. I don't think NPR is as prestigious as BBC. Oh, my God. Yeah. You can clip that if you want, Gilbert. Anyway. I'm gonna drunkenly yell at him like he's my asinine son. Oh, why do you gotta have a sad doggo? What the hell?
Advertisements. It's your computer.
Because they know I like dogs, and they're trying to freaking hit on my emotional core.
Yep.
Fucking bastards. The protest song... Oh, yeah, the protest song, whatever. Do you want to, like, Gilbert, do you want to watch the all-time hit with us? All by Oliver Anthony. Richmond, north of Richmond.
Well, it seems like Gilbert might be racist. I don't know.
I think he would like it. You've heard of it? It's a hit song. It's the song of your people.
Alright.
It's the song of your people, Gilbert. Of the white race, of the white man. You go on, take it. It's you know.
So, which one do you want to do next?
I was having fun with the Jewish one.
Yeah. So let's see this one then.
Give us a preamble, just because I'm going to skip around a little bit.
Alright, so we have Nathan Levy. Wait, why are you saying Bet Gilbert? I don't.
Oh, because I asked him if he wanted to watch Oliver North, Oliver Anthony. Shit, Oliver North's a war criminal. Oliver Anthony.
Jesus Christ.
My P.
So here
You're giving us contrary hints here, Gilbert. You give me white emojis, then you give me dark emojis. I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, I mean, you got to choose a side, all right?
You gotta choose, man. Right? You gotta choose. Like, you know, if this was prison, you gotta choose because, you know, like, they just gonna kill you because you look different. And that's how it be, and you gotta stick with your own, you know?
But here we have a Jewish UFC fighter destroy the white supremacist.
What the hell, Gilbert?
Nathan Levy.
Okay, I gotta show it. I'm sorry, Gilbert. I'm outing you now. I gotta show them this just because they need to know what I'm looking at.
Oh, God.
So when I said Gilbert's people, the song of his people, this is... Oh, where did it go? Where did it go?
Yeah, so I don't know if you...
Hold on. This is a saga. We're going on together.
Alright, so yeah, that's what we're seeing right now. I mean, that's true. When we post... Well, I mean, we'll just have to edit around it.
The orange... Oh, my God. Which side? He's of all sides and all people.
Whoa.
We're getting... Oh, my God. We're getting stun-locked. No! You will not do this to me, Gilbert. You will not stun-lock me. I will not be beaten. You know what? You're going to learn a wholesome today, Gilbert. You're going to learn how a Jewish UFC fighter kicks the crap out of somebody, out of a white supremacist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nick Fuentes' lover.
Okay.
Wouldn't be surprised he liked Jackson Hinkle, but you know.
Do they have anything? Okay. Oh my God.
So that is the white supremacist supporter, which.
Striking, I have power, I have the size.
Average clown posse.
You don't have enough size to beat the skill of a UFC fighter. Like, you can have an argument that if you're big enough, you can beat them because you just have that much of muscle.
That ain't me. That is you, Chief. We're doing it. We're doing it. You know what? We're gonna watch. I don't want to watch the whole thing just because we already watched a bit of it.
Also, I don't want to get copyright strike. So.
Well, no, this video is legitimately really good.
It's
we'll
Jewish
watch a part
UFC
of it.
fighters fighting.
Oh, that was a good kick. Oh, he's putting up a fight. Tiring himself out. Oh, he's tiring. That limp. Oh no. Just on top of him. Oh, I just ground pounding him.
Go, Ben! Go, Ben!
This is my favorite part. We already seen this part. This is my favorite part because just look at the dude's face. Just look at his face. He looks disappointed.
Yeah, he's like, that's all you had?
That's it? All out of gas, huh? I wonder if they tickle each other's balls after the fight. Dude, all sports like this always come off just a little
your
bit.
balls are tickled during the fight. No need to do it after.
If they're not tickled, they're definitely jostled around.
Yeah.
Okay? It's like if you put them in a speeding truck, but like in the bed.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Dude, you ever... Okay, fine. We're gonna get slightly metrosexual here. You ever, like when you played sports, you ever have like a cup that's either too tight or too loose?
Yeah.
Which one's worse? Too tight or too loose?
Too tight.
Too tight.
Because it feels restricting.
The problem with the loose though is that for me it like cupped my my nuts and it like smacked them when I fell.
That's true, but maybe when I wore a cup, I was already wearing really tight stuff.
Yeah.
So like even if it was too loose, it was still like secured.
I had it for baseball, so the pants were a bit.
Yeah, I had it for football, so they wear tight clothing. You know. Just doesn't have a chance.
No. That makes sense. Baseball pants are a bit looser.
Yeah.
Oh, just punch. Ah, God.
He just,
just smacked him in the
I
mouth.
guess the size. I guess.
Dude, we gotta replay that. He hit him in the belly and then smacked him in the teeth. Like.
God, foot in the face, fist in the stomach.
Oh, me after saying. Hold on. I'm not saying that. You're just trying. You're just trying, man.
Mm.
Yeah, I can hear the crowd, all my teammates rooting for me.
He has a home field advantage.
He does.
Heavy on the body, Nathan. Do it again.
Ow.
Ben! Come on, Ben!
40 seconds.
Give him a big belly! Give him a big belly!
Did they talk with him? Let's see. Let's see the big message, yeah? Let's speed ahead, see what he has to say after the fight.
As mouth is bleeding.
Oh, good.
Oh my
It was a
God.
real deal. I knew he was a real deal coming in. 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust.
Murdered
Murdered in the Holocaust.
Okay, that's good. Now, fuck Nick Fuentes.
Nick, I failed. I know you're not a striker or wrestler, but
Like he fought for another man's honor, and that's really the saddest part. That he's like, what? What do you mean you don't like Nick Fuentes?
Look, guys.
And then he just
Look, guys.
came
You gotta
to fight another
work
manful.
out. You gotta work out so that you can say you're buffer than Nick Fuentes.
Yep.
There you go. If you're not buffer than Nick Fuentes, oof.
But what's all that muscle? You're just gonna use it to fight for Nick Fuentes.
That's true. That's true. Exactly. Don't fight for Fuentes. Fight to be better than Fuentes.
I fight for you.
Fight to go beyond
cause.
Fuentes.
That isn't white supremacy.
That too.
Ugh.
if you'd like to come, Nathan,
You got a big mouth, though. He came in, he was like, oh, I'm not a hateful person. I was just trolling online. Like, okay, so you're not a neo-Nazi, but you're still a troll. One lesson in life. This
I
one
need to
wasn't
be
that
more well
painful.
researched. That's true.
This was
You know what though? Credit to him still coming up.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people wouldn't just not show up. So
This one wasn't that painful.
This one was not that painful.
The next one will be twice as painful.
Hey, did I at least catch you with a couple good shots?
I'm just getting the most crazy comments, man.
There's a couple guys off the shit on Twitter about
Gilbert's trauma dumping.
Yeah. Well, he's trolling.
No, he's trauma dumping. And you know what, Gilbert? I don't care about your trauma. Your trauma's meaningless to me, son. Okay, 7-month pregnant woman, pregnant mom killed by police who thought she shoplifted. Oh, wait, that's the cop segment. Okay, let's do something else.
Yeah.
Ooh, Cartel. Tank destroyed. Alright, we don't need to know the story. We just know that they had them taken.
They're called Franken tanks, so they're just basically trucks with sheets of metal put on top of them. And as you can see, it's very reminiscent of Mad Max, you know, some post-apocalyptic stories here.
It actually, it actually reminds me of World War II, World War I, actually. Because Because, a lot of the first tanks were just, like, armored shells attached to, like, tractors.
Well, they're making a comeback. Except, instead of being a tractor, they're like a Ford F-150.
Well, yeah, because back in the day, I'd imagine... Oh, I'm guessing tractors were probably the heaviest duty engines. But nowadays, yeah, no, they're like, get yourself a Ford F-250 with a fucking 10V engine that can... Or a V10 engine that can just fuck...
Yeah, I mean, those engines are probably stronger.
You should watch the Pablo Escobar story of the Colombian cocaine dealer and how he died.
But I don't know what I could watch that I wouldn't get copyright strikes.
See, and the problem with that, Gilbert, is a lot of those stories tend to end with, then he was chopped into bits.
Yeah. And also, like, if you watch a documentary, chances are they got
copyrighted.
Yeah, like, you're gonna get taken down. Or a story on how he became the most wanted / hunted person in the world. I mean, it is a very fascinating story.
Oh, it is, for sure. But we're going to talk about Jubilee Antifia.
Yeah, we're going to talk about American members of a cartel, and that's communism. That's the communist cartel. The
real cartel.
Yeah. Because in America, we don't have anything cool like, Pablo Escobar.
Man, the Irish have better terrorists than we do. The Irish have better terrorists than we do. They got the IRA.
Alright, Gilbert.
Oh, it's fine then. I'm sorry, we gotta do, man. Look, we got whack-ass terrorists in our state. We don't even have, like, real ones, right? That's all I'm saying.
Sadly, we don't have our own... I mean, the closest we get to Pablo Escobar is Al Capone.
Wow, 80 years ago.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, well, the thing is because we're just too controlled. We don't have the leeway to get Pablo Escobar.
Wow, that was so recent. Ooh. Why do they dress him up like he's a goddamn...
I think it's just him being him. And this is Jubilee, I'm Antifa, ask me anything video.
Justified to achieve these goals.
Yes.
Almost all of the people protesting against the Nazis in Charlottesville were peaceful, but not all of them.
Do you ever get tired of hiding your identity? What are your thoughts on peaceful protests?
What's the most extreme thing you've done?
I have been involved in organizing actions for 10 years now. I don't think that any person can speak on behalf of the group, so I'm not speaking on behalf of Antifa as such.
Man, you still talk like a millennial. Or a zoomer.
What?
Still talks like a zoomer.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably really young.
This is my first time hearing about Antifa.
Well, I mean, she's not in the political bubble, alright? She
Girl
touches
just
grass.
climbed out from under the rock.
I mean, she touches grass. I would say the majority of Americans probably don't know what Antifa is.
Maybe.
Gilbert.
Oh my god, man.
Antifa is shorthand for anti-fascism, and that sort of includes the gamut of that.
Does that include autism?
But I think another core tenet is probably also capitalism.
Do you consider yourself an organization?
No. Antifa is not anything remotely close to an organization. It's sort of decentralized and autonomous. And what I mean by that is, like, there's no central decision-making body. In fact, there is no center.
What do you define a fascist as?
Someone whose political beliefs and values and the world they're trying to create is one of hierarchy and racialized domination, nationalistic domination, and xenophobia. And not everybody from any specific group shares exactly the same principles, but...
Right now, from my perspective...
Tower chat, yeah. Well, maybe there'll be a plane that hits the tower this time. Huh. Oh, I mean, we don't have marketing. We don't have...
We don't got marketing. We got day jobs, if you can believe that. Liberals. We aren't paid by George Soros, man.
Yeah, no money.
Let's skip what is Antifa. This is just preamble. Let's go. Let's see. Have you done violent acts? Peaceful protests. How do you handle political disagreements?
Mm-hmm.
Let's pick one. Which one do you think would be the most interesting? Violence. What has he done? Peaceful. I think peaceful protest.
Peaceful protest?
I want to see his take.
Right.
An extremist's take on the middle.
What are your thoughts on peaceful protests? Do you believe in it?
I think a lot of the sort of like proper channel change, working within the system, like begging the people in power to make a decision that doesn't, fuck everybody over. A lot of that stuff is really degrading. We're begging them to change the world when really we're the ones, us, you, the person watching the YouTube video, are the ones who have the power to change the world.
What's something you wish people knew about you?
You know, you can do that by voting. That is one way. That's not degrading to just ask people to vote. Majority of Americans don't vote.
You know, you made the point to me once, though, that does voting help feed that person in the street? You made it in a different way, but
in the long term it can. In the short term, you would need charities, but he's not, feeding the people on the street. He's, going out and doing
rioting.
Yeah.
I'm not
if anything,
say,
that would hurt the person on the street asking for food.
I don't know anything about his particular organization, but in a lot of these Antifa organizations, like at least historically, they do have feeding programs. But then again, is that the mission that they need to do when there's also 8 organizations? Maybe, maybe not. Is somebody taking a shower in the back? Yeah.
Oh, that's Hillary.
That's
Hurricane
Hillary.
She's taking a shower in the back. It's Hurricane Hillary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly, we are in the path.
You are watching a stream in the middle of a tropical storm. Tropical Hillary. Anymore.
Yeah, so it's like the lo-fi hip-hop filter where they put rain in the back to make
but it's real.
Sound sad. But
I always thought it was a vibe. It's all just hating. I think though I do have to agree with it on a level because it's like I think the way I would have phrased it though if I was him is it is an interesting position to ask the people currently fucking you over to stop fucking you over.
Yeah. No, I mean I wouldn't do, I don't think a protest is you asking politely. I think a protest is you going out there and showing that you will fuck them over at the voting booth.
Maybe.
I think we have different perspectives of what peaceful protesting is.
But when it comes to voting, though, it's like, not voting. When it comes to protesting through the proper channels, you actually do have to go through the city. You literally have to work with the people currently fucking you over.
Well, sure, because I don't want just every other week just a random group taking up a street.
Yeah, of course.
I'd like it to be planned and I would know in advance.
Mm-hmm.
That
then it's not that it's planned in advance. It's the fact that you basically need permission to do it.
Well, okay. I'm okay with there being some regulation because if not, you just have just a bunch of events happening and it would disrupt people's daily lives. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I'm sorry, you have to ask to just take up the street, and most of the time, I don't think you'll be denied.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a rigorous process, and if they make it explicitly hard, then that's a court case for the ACLU.
Wow, that's something the average person can totally interface with.
Well, they would.
That's outside the means of an average person.
Then what's your alternative? Is it just you should be able to take up a street whenever?
That's what free speech and protest is, right? As long as it remains peaceful and you're not attacking people, I think should be the standard.
So you shouldn't have to get a permit?
Permits are preferable. And if there are groups, you can go after them when they
What are they required?
For group organizing, it would be better. Should they be required? No, but preferred.
No, you can just destabilize the peace of an area.
What separates a protest from a large grouping of people, though? That's,
Well, you can't just create a large group of people in an area.
Why not?
Because you just destabilize the area. You have to...
People gather in large areas all the time, in large numbers.
If you explicitly do it for an event, I would say that's different than people doing that because of some natural occurrence.
I don't think the government should be able to always be able to permit things. I think within reason, if you're standing on a corner or in a park or in a public place, I don't think you need permission. I don't think you have to get permission for that. Because that's basically saying the government can approve or disapprove of protests at will.
But if they disprove it unjustly,
then you can go through legal channels that are available to a very small minority of people. Which I don't think is reasonable. It's like that's like unnatural. Like, oh,
I mean, you can
weren't
argue
using
that
lawyers.
the ACLU and likewise groups should be funded more, but I wouldn't say that any group of people with any reason can take up large swaths of land and just protest like that.
I think it's unnatural to go otherwise. It's like humans were always doing this. They're always gathering in places, as long as they're not being a disturbance to like traffic and assaulting people.
Well, they would be a disturbance to traffic.
Well, they would be
because
a
it's a large group of people on a street.
Well, we've seen protests where it's just people on a corner. They're not blocking traffic.
I mean, most of the time, I don't think police would care.
Well, that's my point. For stuff like that, I don't think you need permission.
Well, no, I'm talking about like things like the George Floyd protests,
but
or things like this major protest where they take up an entire street.
You know the strikers.
Where they destabilize.
Yes, the strikers are actively taking up like the entire block around the studios they're protesting in front of. I don't think they need.
Well, I think a strike is different than a protest.
It's a protest, though. They're protesting as a strike, and in doing so, you need to do it publicly and be a disturbance.
I don't think just like if you're protesting things like George.
Touch balls.
Like this close to wanting to just like kick Gilbert.
Distracting you.
It's like why?
Yeah, I understand. Well, if you want, I can mute him for a bit. Well, all I'm saying is that I don't think, even in that case, like I don't want the strikers to have to get permission from the state to go protest. Like striking just means not working.
But what counts as a protest?
Well, because
like can just a single person go into the street and be like, "I'm protesting here. You can't stop me."
You can protest on the sidewalk and no one can stop you.
Yeah. So then, do you think you should be able to do that on the street without any like permits?
Like when you say street, I'm asking you to be specific. Are you saying in the street, like where cars are, or on the sidewalk?
Yes, that's why I'm not saying the sidewalk, but on the street.
Well, like, obviously not. Now, obviously not, because you're becoming a danger to people around you.
Yeah, that's what I've been talking about.
But I'm talking about, you're talking about like large groups of people and characterizing it as something that only happens in streets. Like, I've been to the strikers.
But I think when most people conceptualize a huge protest, they're thinking about people in the middle of the street going.
Sure, but that's a
like
misconception, though.
They take up like whole swaths.
Yeah, that's a misconception, because protests can happen in other ways. I mean, you have hundreds of
I'm just talking with normal like basic convention.
Yeah,
something that normal people would understand and see in their mind. When
the strike that's been going on every day for 100 days. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's on it. I have footage. I can show it to you right now.
And they're legally able to do it
because they're on a sidewalk, and I don't think they need to go ask the town permission and beg them to do so.
I have no problem with that. I don't know what your point is.
Well, you were characterizing that all large protests happen in the street, and I was explaining that a lot of large protests don't necessarily need to happen in the street.
I never said that all large protests happen on the street.
Well, that was the implication, and I guess the message I would say to those watching would be, make sure you organize your protests.
I wasn't trying to implicate that at all.
Well, you did, because you're saying that, well, then why would you ignore the fact that protests don't necessarily.
I didn't ignore it. I said I agree that you can have protests on the sidewalk.
The point I was making is that when you make,
I'm like, there are protests.
Well,
on the
the point I'm trying to, the point I'm trying to make is that from there, it's a good idea that you need to organize, because people will come down with you on the hammer if you go into the street.
Yeah.
So organizing.
So that's where you would need a permit.
Or organizing. But my only contention was, you think they need.
What would organizing look
like? Well, actually, no. I remember what we're talking about. You were making the point that in order to organize a large group of people, that's what you said, large group of people, we can watch the recording, they need to get a permit. And I made the point that not all large protests take place in the street disrupting traffic. Yeah. Those don't need permits.
And so when I say something like large group of people, I'm thinking about stuff like the George Floyd protest or things like the Women's March. Typical things that a normal person would think, that's like a large group of people. Or when people typically look at protests, they think of the people going to the middle of the road, like the
well, whether or not that's what they're thinking versus what's happening, which is that people who do it on the sidewalk are fine. And honestly,
I mean they're fine.
And on an extension of that,
about what the normal person would think of when they say these words.
But the problem with the normal person there is that who was normal? I mean, George Floyd was a spontaneous uprising. That was not something that was going to get
permits. It became
permits.
What would be seen in the American, like what if you tell a normal American a big protest, they would probably think that. Because that's the thing that is the most recent. It's a very big event that happened in America.
Well, the strikes are more recent now, but I get your point.
Yeah.
But thing
then again, we also did say protest.
Well, they were protesting.
Strike.
The strike, they're protesting.
Okay,
Striking is just not
original
working.
words used were protest.
Well, and I made the point to you that you ignored again, which was that striking is just not working, but what they're doing right now outside outside the buildings, what they're doing is protesting with signs.
Yeah, I never said that it wasn't protesting. Like, I never once said.
All right, and we're now that we're on that point. Off that point, my only thing was that I don't think it's realistic for something like the George Floyd to be like spontaneous uprising of over 10 million people. Get permits. That's just not a realistic.
Well, no, they're going to do it anyways.
And that's why I don't think.
I think that they should.
But it's unnatural. It's like imagine human gatherings need to get these permits. It's like no. I think they just happen and they should be allowed to some extent because it's the natural consequence of being.
But do you think regular people should just go into the street? You never answered it.
I mean,
that's the part that's actually being ignored. Is the fact that I asked you multiple times.
Should
do you think
people
should go into the street without a permit?
The street shouldn't be as big as they are, so yeah.
I
support action.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
I mean, yeah. And the characterization. I mean, I just don't think it's natural to make. Yes, every human gathering.
Look, if we're talking to a group of political scientists.
Oh yeah, normal people, right?
Yeah.
Totally normal people.
And for them, it wouldn't make sense to say, the general big protest.
Mm-hmm.
We can still hear you, Gilbert.
Am I muted? Can you guys hear me?
We can still see you.
We can still see you, Gilbert.
But the thing is, I'm thinking about, a group of, normal Americans. What would they think when you say big protest?
Well, normal Americans would totally be into interfacing with the government, getting permits, and, going through all those channels.
Well, right? Sure, but that's a separate thing than what I'm talking about.
It's not. It's an aspect of the point that it's unnatural and it's unpenetrable for the average person.
That's true, but normal Americans don't just start protests. That would be protest organizers.
Protests happen all the time in America for random reasons.
Yeah, and most of the time they're just on the sidewalk. But when
people start protests over
I think you're jumping around here because when I think of a big protest, when the normal Americans think of big protests, they probably think of stuff like the Women's March, George Floyd.
Well, I think Americans think of the most recent thing. I don't think they think of the biggest thing. I think they think the most recent thing.
Sure. I mean, they could think about, the strike, but I would also be suspect if the normal American sees the strike the same as a protest.
Well, what the
because even acknowledging that strikes and protests are the same, you would have to,
No, I didn't acknowledge that they're the same. I'm saying that the union are doing both. It's two separate actions happening in the same time.
Mm.
They're not working and they're protesting while they're not working.
Yeah.
So they are protesting. I mean, I never changed my words on that one.
Okay.
So, and I don't think they should need to get a, agreement. I mean, also the city, the state, look at the landscape right now, because you're talking about what should be and what is. Well, guess what? If the company violates the rights of the workers, what happens? They cut the trees, so now they are being directly pelted by 90.
The city is investigating it.
They got a $250 fine.
And that's bad.
Well, my point is that when looking at the field, we'll say that's the problem, right? It's that you're not looking at the field as it currently is. It's like, illegal
what do you mean I'm not looking at
actions like that are necessary. The system is not meant for our protection.
So do you think regular people, just random people, should go into the street and say I'm protesting without any regulation as to verify they're actually protesting for something?
Why do you need to regulate human gathering?
Well, the thing is,
I don't want to regulate human gathering.
If not, then people can just just for the sake of trolling, could go into the middle of the street and say we're protesting for.
They have, and people do all the time. People protest for random shit.
Go into the middle of the street.
People will protest for anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Into the middle of the street and disrupt without a permit.
Again, I said to that, if it's okay. Is there a difference between 5 people and 1 million people gathering, or are those the same phenomenon happening?
There are different phenomena.
Okay.
I would say they're different.
So I would like to talk about them as different things, because if it's 5 people trolling in the street, then I guess to some extent you would have to look into that and get rid of them. But at the same time, what would be the reaction? Would it just be like send in the cops, hose them down, get them out, arrest them? It's like I don't know.
I don't that would not be an optimal strategy. You should probably just have another tier of police come in. Smaller group.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'm getting. What are you saying?
Well, you're saying that should police come in and hose them? I don't think that.
No, I guess I'm just looking at the field as it's slated, and it's like putting more barriers in between people and organizing, I don't think is smart.
Yeah, but then you get a lot of people just going to the street just for the fuck of it, for views.
Sure, but you gotta also keep in mind that if a certain group of people do it, they get treated differently. You know, if white people organize.
But do you think that if we make it free for everyone, that they still won't be treated differently?
Well,
they'll still be treated differently, even if the law says they can. The law doesn't change the fact that they won't be treated differently.
Oh yeah, for sure. But the thing is, the way the law is now is it's always benefited white people. It's about
even when they change it, it still does, because at the end of the day, they'll find loopholes.
But didn't you advocate for the ACLU earlier?
Well, yeah, because they still do good progress.
Well, and I would still advocate for that too. Those protections are good for average people.
But you were saying that, like, if the law became easier, it won't hurt them. It won't hurt them.
I'm advocating for a certain type of law, not for ones that put
barriers. What law are you advocating for?
Protections on people who protest. People, I mean...
So just that you're, like, anyone is able to whenever in the street.
I mean, can anyone gather in the street in large numbers? Yeah.
Does it have to be a large number? Is that a piece that you put into... Like, is there a bottom limit? Like, can it be 5, or does it have to be 20?
I mean...
Does it have to be 100?
You know?
Could it just be 1? Could it be a protest of 1? Just one person in the middle of the street. Like, I just think you just get into a really, like, weird territory when
it is
you spiral
weird,
downward.
But the problem is that the spiral is already kind of going down, because you can make the same argument for, like, streets, though, can't you? Like, even sidewalks. It's like, now you can't let people walk through because now a big group of people are blocking it. You should get permission so people understand and know ahead of time.
I don't think sidewalks are as disruptive.
Well, they're not in our community because so many goddamn cars. Like, our car...
Well, I mean, yeah, most of America is car culture. Like, yeah,
but what about at Berkeley? Remember that situation where they blocked the, white kids from going in? I mean, is that something that's permissible? I mean...
No, I don't think you should stop me from going into my class.
Yeah, I mean... That's the type of shit that I'm...
Are these people on the sidewalk stopping people? Are they actively blocking you?
Mm-hmm.
And
you could argue they are by
that shouldn't be legal.
Them taking up space.
I don't think part of the protest is you stopping people on the side of the street. I mean...
No, they're taking up space.
They are taking up space, but do they actively stop you from going through? Like look at a normal street in New York. That shit is filled with people, but you can still walk through it.
Well, it depends
just because
on
there's a
how
lot of people in an area doesn't mean you can't traverse. I mean, we saw the George Floyd protest.
You
know? You can still go through the crowd of people. It's just a crowd of people.
I actually, if you want my hard standard, fine. You ask me, what is my hard standard? I'll give you my hard standard. If you're a car, you can't run down protesters, okay? If you're late, that doesn't give you... If you're late to work, that doesn't give you the right to just murder a crowd of people. But if they start attacking you, then...
Well, yeah, of course.
They're failing at self-policing and do what you have to do within reason.
Yeah.
So, there you go. Did I just advocate for running down protesters? Sometimes. I guess that's my answer.
If they're violent.
If they're violent, yeah. Do what you gotta do. There's my very gate sitting in New York. The best place to protest is Times Square. That is true. It is the most high volume place. I mean, that's also the problem with protests, I think, is that most protests, like, effective ones, have to be disturbing.
Have to be what?
Disturbing. Like, they have to actually disrupt. I mean, sorry, not disturbing. Disrupting. My bad. Disrupting.
And I think they'll be predicated on the fact that there's so many people there.
Yeah. Let's move on. This went into a totally different direction.
Yep.
Fighting boys.
Hello, other viewer.
Was another viewer?
Yeah, I mean, it went from 1 to 2, so I'm...
Hi, other viewer.
New York, the best place to protest is... I mean, I would guess. It's the best place to be ignored, the best place to yell at people.
No. Today, we're going to see why we need cops. We're talking a lot of shit on...
Yeah, I mean, this is on local television all the time.
We're going to learn...
Fox News,
we're going to learn why we need cops. A group of 50K... No, sorry, 50 hoodlums. Oh shit, Westfield to Punk.
All these hoodlums.
I actually been to that mall. That's a really nice mall. Yeah. It is far as shit from where we live.
Yeah.
But it's really nice there. Other viewer, hello. We're all brothers here.
Armed with bear spray, a group of up to 50 people stormed the Los Angeles Mall Saturday, made away with around $100,000 worth of luxury items. Damn. Well, I mean, like it's
wait. Let me do some math because I'm stupid. Because that should
$60,000
count.
to $100,000 lost.
No. I'm talking about per head. How much is that per head? So 100,000.
Okay, and that's maximum.
Divided by 50.
That's $2,000 a person. That's your COVID check.
Well, I was thinking, what's the minimum rate to get a misdemeanor?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I mean grand theft.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because this should count as like...
No, that's felony, no?
2,000? I don't think so.
No?
No. We don't need cops. We need cops to protect our city, even though they don't shit most of the time. Eat a whole dozen donuts and pizza. You know, hot take. I'll be honest with you about something, and this could get me in a lot of trouble. But I honestly think the fact that police exist is the most effective part about them. They're honestly more of a deterrent than anything.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is a good reason why, is because when you shatter the illusion...
Yeah, so I used to work at some grocery stores. I used to work at Walmart. And the truth is, even before COVID, if you wanted to come in and steal something and leave, no one was going to stop you. And they might have security guards, but they're not paid to stop you. They're not paid to hold you down by physical force. They don't have tasers on them. They don't have guns on them.
Sometimes.
And as time went on, especially during COVID, or if you lived in impoverished areas, there might have been some with guns or with weapons.
Hey,
but
you agree with my take.
9 times out of 10, they wouldn't be able to stop you. Huh?
Gilbert agrees with my take.
Ah, that's nice.
I mean, do you agree with that, though? Like, the fact that cops, like, the most effective thing about them, if we're being real...
they're a deterrent.
They're a deterrent. Like,
basically, you can't do it.
It makes it to where the average person, because let's be real, the average person is risk-adverse.
Yeah.
They're just not going to do it because...
Yeah.
Consequence.
And they're not exactly effective because most crimes aren't solved. They're a
not.
preventative measure.
They serve as
from working at
deterrent.
in a big market store, people would just steal shit. And this is pre-COVID. People would just come in, take stuff, leave. Sometimes the manager was really angry. He'd come out, get a camera to get your photo, put it on the wall. But you could make away with a lot of shit, and also when they call the police, they're just like, oh, whatever, like $100 thing, petty crime at a store where this happens every week, possibly every other day, it's just like, why are we gonna come waste our time on a non-violent crime?
Arguably, too, that's why I did the math, because arguably speaking, depending on how you guys interpret, how the police interpret the crime, they could view it as $100K heist, or they could interpret it as $50,000 to $200,000 misdemeanors.
Yeah, and it's like, if it's just a bunch of misdemeanors, they could just think, well, what's more important, going for a domestic violence dispute or going after petty thievery at a fucking Nordstrom?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, framing is framing. So,
and it looks bad at the local level because it's like, oh, look at all these stores, it's anarchy, but dang it, there's just more important things to look after.
And also, if we're being real, a lot of these corporations have so much insurance and money that this is like nothing.
That's also true. They do have insurance. They can cover the cost. Also, they already make a lot of money.
Yeah, this is literally nothing.
The LAPD confirmed that bear spray was used to neutralize 2 security.
All right, man. You have a good one, though. Happy you were here.
All right, peace.
Peace. We got clips coming soon, by the way.
Yeah.
So, stay tuned for that, all right?
Yeah, we come live on the weekends.
We got clips coming out this week.
Yeah, absolutely unacceptable.
Nah, you good? The clips are for your convenience.
You're good, man. We didn't mute you because
the clips,
we did the math. Right?
Listen.
We threw you into ChatGPT and AI says you're good.
I mean, my general rule on the chat is you guys can skirt if you want. I just don't need us getting banded.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be ready.
He'll be ready, oh god.
Okay. We throw you in the gauntlet with ChatGPT.
Yeah. Thank you, you too.
Gilbert. Congratulations on winning Prom King.
Gilbert the Dick Slayer.
Yeah, Dick Slayer.
Go forth, brother. Anyway, the way the police can define it, the way the police can define this is going to be, it really could change the way people perceive it. Yeah. And the way that even the department could perceive it.
I mean, if there was a group on Instagram that said, hey, let's all attack this, mall on the same day, then you can start getting into,
Antifa.
Yeah, you can start getting into, a big charge. But, I think is for 50 people to attack at the same time.
No, that is
maybe there was. I mean,
could be gangs.
Huh?
Could be gang activity.
It could be gang activity.
Could be
it is a big enough group of people where you would have had to have had text messages fly among people,
$100,000 put together is a lot of money. Like, okay, put it like this. There's another way you could analyze it if you want. You could look at it as 50,000 individual misdemeanors or $1,000 $100K heist.
Yeah.
Or you could look at as probably the most productive hour or two of gang activity the gang has ever done. They earned $1,000 for the gang, or maybe 80 if people take off the top.
Yeah.
In under 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good steal, especially if you're talking about kids who you're willing to throw away. Or hell, a lot of the time, did you know that kids just get let out? So you can just take them, use them as torpedoes for gang activity. Nothing's going to happen to them. They just get let out.
Yep.
So that's a part of the issue right now. And at the end of the day, too, it's probably best for those kids because putting them in jail isn't going to help them either. What is that going to do except put them around more criminals who are going to teach them to be better criminals? And it's not like you could throw them in there for very long.
Yeah. They
stole $2K. That's a shitty dumpster car. Who cares? I don't want to put a person away for $2K and then have to pay $50,000 for them to live a year in prison.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
You didn't really make your money back on that one.
No, we didn't. We really fucking... Wow. Someone got to benefit. Sure the hell wasn't us.
Man, they took $2,000 in designer handbags, and now you have to pay $50K
to keep them alive in prison, which I support. I don't want them to die in prison. I don't want it to get worse. I just don't want them there, period.
Yeah.
Fucking take. Taxes and theft. Whatever.
Oh, boy.
Oh, speaking of which, Texas worker thought of... Oh.
Yeah,
This is a sad story. What's up with you today? We're going to just... Man, the cop gauntlet's going to be sad.
It is going to be very sad.
I can't wait till we do my stuff. My stuff's also kind of sad.
It's just sadness.
It's always
Politics is depressing, all right?
It is depressing.
Politics has
very
few happy messages at the end of the day.
So guy was accused of being on drugs but was actually dying.
Yeah, so there's a Texas worker, Gabriel Infante. He had just started working at a construction site, and he was having a heat stroke, and the people at the site thought he was on drugs because, when you go through heat stroke, one of the things, the problem is confusion, sometimes hallucinations, minor hallucinations, and this is a bit ironic from the fact that Texas just released a law from the top down, from the governor, Abbott, basically saying that even if your local county or city says that you deserve more water breaks, you can't do that anymore. Texas governor says, I don't care about small government, I'm big government, and for the sake of business interests, you do not deserve a water break.
You just deserve to die in the heat.
More water breaks. And this guy could have used a fucking water break, right? And
How
people
hot
point
was
out
it?
that
Infantry later died in the hospital.
Yeah, he died.
Internal temperature of 109?
Yeah, 109.8. He was 0.2 away from 110. Yeah. And this is not getting better with climate change. It's only going to get hotter. It's going to get worse. And now you're going to get less water breaks.
People make fun of people who say it, but I'm legitimately in the camp of we're going to see wars over... I mean, we're already seeing it. Do you know I believe Turkey and Syria, there was a giant issue about one of the countries in the area damming a river in the area. I think it was the Tigris or the Euphrates, one of the big rivers. And it's choking out, Syria. Wars for water are already happening in places we're not paying attention to.
There's parts of the world where there's people, and now it's becoming too hot to live in.
Well, that's always been the case. But I'm saying, places...
There's parts of the world that are too hot to live in, but there's some parts of the world that is becoming too hot to live in.
But could you imagine
for the people that have been living there without consistency?
Could you imagine being water?
Fucking Arizona.
Could you imagine water being the major casus belli for why you go to war?
If I remember, there was an article that said that people were betting for water prices to go up.
In Civ, could you imagine, water blockage, casus belli? Now you have to invade, fucking Alexander the Great and take the dam. It's never been put into such stark terms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Water's always been a conflict mineral or material, but, people just damming rivers up from each other will be a new form of warfare. It would be siege tactics, but on a whole country.
I mean, just going down the Colorado River, interstate conflict.
Yeah, we covered that one story with the Indians. getting basically fucked by SCOTUS again. Yeah, the Fortress World scenario is a very grim state.
Yeah.
You know, I realize you put all your stuff at the top. All my stuff's at the bottom. Wow.
You put your stuff after mine.
Wow, I see. I
mean, product of being first.
I see how it be.
I mean, I see you.
We're going through the cop gauntlet. We're doing it. Okay, it's time.
Yeah, so here we have the first of the cop gauntlet for this week.
Family of a pregnant Colorado woman fatally shot by police sues the op.
Yeah, so there was a store and they thought they did see this woman, a woman, steal wearing a white tank top with a chest tattoo and she was brandishing a knife. They thought she went to a motel. Cops go there. They think they see this woman leaving the motel with a white tank top. And the lady's getting into her car. They say she's trying to back up over the curb, trying to leave the cars surrounding her. But there's some key points here that the cops failed to consider, in that she did not have a tattoo. You know, like that would seem pretty important if you're going to identify a suspect, is that if they have a big tattoo and they don't have it, why are you stopping them? They don't fit your description, but, you know, she probably fit the color.
Close
scheme,
enough.
You know? Huh?
Close enough.
Yeah, close enough. White tank top. Oh, it's not like a lot of people wear fucking tank tops.
Not like women...
Especially in the summer.
Yeah, it's not like women wear tank tops.
Yeah. No.
No, that cop has a pig wife.
There's miscellaneous brown...
No. That cop has a pig wife, so she wears, like, big old, like, you know, like, what do they call them? Muumuus. You never seen a muumuu?
Nope.
Alright.
Alright.
You're gonna learn today. Oh, yeah, speaking of fat, there's some fat right there.
Oh, God. Plastic surgeon tells doing this every morning can snap. Look, I mean, you're not getting your tightness back. I'm sorry. Don't become the Homer Simpson's meme.
Oh, yeah, Homer was wearing it. This is
this.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
It's either this or tank tops, huh?
No.
No in between?
No. I'm talking about for his wife.
His wife. Oh, you're saying the cop's wife is,
You know. Well, that's the only explanation I could find for why he doesn't recognize women in tank tops. This is his wife right here.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Huh.
Look at him. Look how jolly you look. I'm fat. I can make this joke still. I'm not as fat, but I'm still kind of fat.
What are you, a woman?
Oh, no, but this is a man, so there you go.
So, they fucked up.
They fucked up bad.
Although, in the article, they do say that she tries to leave, even though they blocked her in.
Yes, but my problem with that is that, and it's a commonly known thing, what are the three reactions any human being is going to put? It's going to be fight, flight, or freeze. You shouldn't be killed for at least 2 out of those 3. Hell, even 3, because arguably she didn't know. She didn't fucking know what's going on. And if people are just posing a threat, like, a lot of people will just flee. And I think that's especially if you got the description wrong, I think that response should be waived.
It's like you got the wrong person, and they're like, "Oh, I just got to get out of here because I'm
scared.
I'm scared, and I'm not involved.
I'm scared. Yep. Like, people are going to flee. Like, it's not like it's crazy to.
So you don't want to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, so you leave.
Yeah, exactly. All right, next cop thing. Oh, yay!
This man was at the right place at the right
wrong time.
Well, I mean, he was making his delivery as a FedEx driver, and this is happening in Mississippi. And these people, the people he's delivering,
those are just 2 L's you just said.
Huh?
Say that sentence again. He was making deliveries in Mississippi for FedEx.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, they did just get the raise. So
yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they got the raise.
Fuck this shit.
And so these people decided to chase him out and shoot at his vehicle. And unlike a cop, he doesn't have the right nor the weapons to defend himself. And he made a hasty getaway. And now the family is suing. However, there was a mistrial because there was a fuck-up by the police detective who didn't give either attorney the police statement recorded they got from the prosecutor from Gibson.
So what do you think the major takeaway is from this story? Do you think it's the police incompetence, or do you think...
It's both police incompetence and people are fucking crazy.
What is the fucking reason for this? Did they ever, I don't think they're going to say comment, but...
I don't remember there being a comment from them.
No, I don't think they're going to do comments, but it's just, like...
But this has happened before where people go, like, just a kid going up to a front porch and they shoot him because they think, oh, it's a thief. Oh, what'd you know? Another dark person.
Oh,
and you
apparently
think it's a crime.
BPT has done this before. BPD is the is the hold on. Where is it? Help me out here. BPD. I'm trying to. Oh yeah, Brookhaven Police Department. Okay.
Yeah.
Apparently they've done this before. This is actually a reoccurring problem. See, it is quote concerning that BPT is withheld with potentially crucial evidence. A piece of evidence more has said. We believe that this is not an isolated incident, but a part of a larger pattern of obstruction.
So it's not incompetence; it's malice. Is what they're thinking. They think it could be.
So this is an example of local states kind of being at war with the feds. It kind of reminds me of all those cases in history where the FBI will go after police departments for enabling and abetting the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
I don't know if
and in this case, it's not the KKK, but just really racist citizens that they monitor.
Well, I mean, if the citizens, if they're the cream from the same crop, man, and they're.
I mean, you're protecting your own interest.
Protecting your own.
You see them as your own.
Yep. On to the next. Dallas cop forces veteran to.
Yeah, I wasn't sure
himself.
It's very fucked up.
Piss himself and laugh, and then he laughs at the guy after he.
I
wasn't sure if I should say it, but
it's a sad episode.
Screw it, I'm gonna just say it.
It's
restart. Dallas cop forces veteran to piss himself and laughs. Yeah, blue line, huh?
Yep, the blue line goes over the green one.
Oh yeah, you ever seen? I actually finally looked into all the line meanings.
Yeah,
it's cool.
Well, blue reigns on top because when you're within American borders, they have jurisdiction.
Raid Shadow Legends. Is that? I hope that's not. I just blurred and edit.
Yeah, we'll just have to put a black block over it.
Just a big old blur line. As long as it doesn't do more locations of where I live, it's like, oh, go here. We know exactly where your location is. Because we have fucking have your location because.
Yeah.
2 on duty police officers arrived and some body cam footage. Okay, so what's happening here? So.
Do you want to see the footage?
Here it is. Oh god, hold on. Let's get the story first.
Okay.
So this guy was a former Army sergeant who was wounded during deployment in Afghanistan and Kuwait. Jesus Christ. And he ended up urinating himself and called 911.
Yeah, I think he was asking the restaurant if he could use their restroom because he has a medical condition that forces him to use the restroom voluntarily. And he has medical documents to show that he is supposed to be allowed to use restrooms even when they're private.
One of the cop laughed so hard that he just slaps his knee. Bro, that is some country ass hick shit.
Racist, fucking dumb shit. Like, you're doing a knee slapper because you made a man fucking piss
veteran. Himself. Veteran piss himself. Don't you guys suck veterans' dicks? Like, isn't that like a part of your...
Yeah, no, their egos are too big to fit a veteran in there. I know it's only the blue line. It is just one big blue line. There's no American flag under that line.
All right, let's see the video.
Yeah.
Pigs being shitty. What a surprise!
Has been a lifelong passion.
No.
I hate advertisements.
Once they.
I mean,
man, I broke.
The police,
I broke the shit out of my camera, and I'm sad. That was the one we were filming so many episodes of this show with.
Yep.
And now it's dead.
Now we are using
phone again.
There's no one. It's the void.
How long?
I don't know.
How long is this ad?
I don't know. He didn't give me this long of an advertisement.
It's still, I can't even go away from it.
Courtesy. I don't know, it's not.
It's hot. And it's steamy.
It is hot.
And the cops are acting like they got nothing to see me. Cops are just like they're like happy to.
So here we finally. I hate advertising.
I'm starting to go crazy.
Okay, community police oversight board.
Oh hey, they have one. That's cool. Man. Ain't it just nice when you're in a job field that lets you act like an ass?
Mm-hmm.
Did they get
if you're literally have killer intent for customers, you hate customer service, become a cop. Because
if you hate human beings, become a cop so you could just stomp on their heads and their rights. That'll be your thing. Cops shoot man who thought marker was a knife.
Yeah, so this is a case where I don't think it was necessarily police brutality because the man was running toward the police, and you can't just run at the police. You sort of look like you're committing suicide by cop. But the police say the reason why they shot was because he had something in his hands, and if that's the reasoning, it's dumb because the thing in his hands was a fucking marker. It's.
I don't think running at a cop needs to be a death sentence.
Well, if at least. Well, we didn't watch the video, but I don't think the taser worked.
Okay. Let's speed up a little.
Yeah. So that man.
Okay, he's aggravated.
It's a Toyota Camry.
You love yourself a Toyota Camry, huh? Oh, fuck, he got hit.
Yeah. So I think that's the initial tasers. Sadly, there's a family right there.
No.
The taser is ineffective. And they start shooting. Now,
I don't want to. Oh, fuck.
The part that's really fucked up is that right behind the dude is a mother and their child. That's
actually a point that. Oh, God.
Yeah. That you were making before.
So we were making it off stream, but I think these cops need to actually be punished.
Yeah,
now,
because you shouldn't be allowed to shoot somebody when there's people,
right there,
foot behind.
There's a literal child right behind the man.
It's the same reason why you don't shoot, people.
If you've ever shot a gun before,
shooting at a car running away, like you're just gonna hit random fucks.
If you ever shot a gun before in your life, a basic rule of gun safety is know what's behind the thing you're shooting.
Yeah.
And she either didn't know, which is bad, she's not aware of the situation, or B, she did know and was disregarding it. Neither of those are good reasons, and she needs to be reprimanded for it because she needs to be better at her job. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, she was defending, it's a split-second decision. People got to make a fast reaction.
Look, I mean, it's a split-second decision, but you saw this family right there. That's not a split-second piece of information you got in your head. They're there.
You weren't trained well enough to regard to their lives.
That information is not new.
Yeah. Oh, shit. God, that's awful. I think I'm going to make the cop gauntlet just one big block.
Yeah, it's...
Fucking crap.
It's horrible.
What's this? This is the... Nope.
Look, I understand that not all cops are bad, but...
No, they're all bad. Evil. Terrible.
Why is there so many?
It was a potential domestic violence.
Yeah. But at the start of the video, when he starts coming up, where the police officer, the wife is saying, don't shoot my husband. Although, I'm not sure if it was exactly that person's husband, but, sentiment is there. Don't go off shooting people that don't need to be shot. Yeah.
Oh, only one probe made contact. See, that's another problem.
Only one shot made contact?
No. So when you here, give me a second. I'll show you.
You're talking about the taser.
Taser prongs have two, and in order to actually get it in the body and actually electrocute, you need to have both of them hit. And I guess what happened is that both of them did not hit.
Yeah.
Only one of them hit. Okay, guys, you want to see something my girlfriend taught me? It's great. Actually, no, I probably shouldn't do it. Never mind. I wasn't going to do anything.
Alright, so a detour from the police segment to show you...
we'll just let that play for a bit. We'll just let that play until it stops playing, I guess, because... Oh, it can... Oh. I can't see it because of the camera.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You need both tongs to make contact. But the problem with tasers is that, as you can see, it's already like flying in at an angle, which means that they're very unreliable, especially hitting people through thick clothing.
Yeah.
Or even like, what's the word called? Saggy clothing. It's not, tasers aren't reliable. That's another issue with them, besides the fact that they're less than lethal, not non-lethal. You hit the right person with it, and they will die.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Oh, prisoner. Oh. So this one, I will preempt this one if you don't mind, because this one is an interesting one to me. So, and on police incompetence, there was a woman who these cops gaffled up in the middle of the night. The video's out there somewhere. Let me look it up. Cops leave woman in car. So basically, we probably all seen this at some point, but this woman got gaffled up in the middle of the night. They threw her in the...
Obviously, there's a railroad crossing sign.
They threw her in the car, and and I'm not going to show you the footage because it's awful, but they leave the car on the track with her in it, and the train comes along and...
They pulled a Wild West moment. They were the fucking banditos leaving a woman in the middle of the train tracks.
Yes, and they are finally getting some reprimand. In fact, I believe this woman is not being compensated. Is she actually being compensated?
I mean, even...
Oh, wait, no, this is something else. This is the labor one. Oh, I think we mislabeled.
What?
No, we mislabeled it.
Oh, so that's the one about the prison guard who lost a child.
Oh,
stillborn, because she was given the right to...
Well, basically, we'll talk about it real quick.
But with the train one, she got traumatic brain injury from getting hit by a fucking train.
And the cops... so the police's defense...
Yeah.
Asinine as usual.
Decided to consciously disregard that risk is what this case is all about. Did she act recklessly?
Yes.
There's nothing more deceptive than an obvious fact. The presence of those railroad tracks is an obvious fact.
Yeah, it's obvious.
But the mere presence of those tracks, even the existence of this accident, is deceptive. Because that is not what legally matters in this case.
Yes, average people are totally the priority of the system and lawyers, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The court will
you ever see why I'm distrustful of the legal
I mean, this is this is probably a cop union lawyer.
Oh, I know, but like they have the resources to hire the good lawyers.
Do
you think those are the cheap lawyers though?
Oh, they probably get paid a good amount.
They're buying
Although
the
they're probably
lawyers.
paid less than if they work private.
Maybe. Not if you're on the union salary, maybe. It's still
typically if you're a private lawyer defending higher profile people, you get paid more. Although then
you think it might depend on the size of the
special
union?
segment of the city, of the state.
Would you also say maybe it depends on the city union? Because
true,
the LAPD probably have a bigger
union. But then if you're part of the LAPD
Yeah.
lawyer force, you're probably a lawyer that could do a lot on the private field.
I hope they're. I hope
look,
for
it
selling
might be
your
case
soul.
because-
For selling your soul, I hope they pay all motherfuckers
Yeah,
good money.
I mean, look, as a lawyer, you're gonna sell your soul. However, it is true under the Constitution.
Yeah, but she leased her soul.
But as a lawyer, you have to present a defense for the people you're representing, or you have to present the prosecution, present the offense.
Yes.
I mean, they have to. It's part.
Oh no, I understand that. My only thing is that
they might not even agree. You can be a lawyer that totally disagrees with your client, but you do it because they deserve a defense.
Nope, we should send it to the AI judge.
Okay, yeah. ChatGPT decides.
The ChatGPT.
Was the lady's life worth, driving down 1 second over the railway? Was she worth 1 pint of gas?
We're gonna also use the AI to calculate the value of her life.
Evidence from which the court can infer the defendant.
I feel like that's gonna be tried somewhere.
At the time, she elected to place Ronnie Rios Gonzalez in the Platteville patrol car parked on the railroad tracks instead of her own patrol unit that was safely parked to the west of the railroad tracks.
Yeah, no, she fucking knew it wasn't. She knew it was there enough for her not to put herself in harm's way, huh, bitch? Not you, Miss Lawyer Lady. You're awesome. Keep doing you. Fucking that back lawyer lady. There's I don't
It's
know.
like, why did they purposely put the lady on the railroad tracks and not in the cop car away from the railroad tracks? It's like, well, It's certainly not because they think of them as less than human. No. The defense argues that the officer is unaware of the train. No.
No.
I mean, it's obvious. Even says obvious fact. It's fucking railroads.
I mean, she safely parked her car off to the side.
That her training was to use the nearest patrol car. Okay, so the nearest patrol car was on fucking fire. And there was a patrol car that wasn't on fire 8 inches away. Do you put them in the one that's on fire because it's the nearest? No, you use common sense. You recognize that where this cop car is bad. And to be fair, they should have never have parked on the railroad tracks.
That's a good point.
What officer stops at the railroad tracks?
That's a good point. Ignorance is not a defense. And ignorance is not a defense for breaking the law. Sorry.
It's criminally negligent.
Criminal negligence and manslaughter. Like, there has to be. Like, it doesn't matter. Your ignorance sucks. You gotta be better at your job. Skill issue.
Yeah. I mean, the YouTube comment coming in with the logic and reason saying that you're under the safety of the police officer. You're under the safety of the state. It's like if you die in a prison cell, that's because of the state.
They fucked up.
Yeah.
They didn't do their job. And she didn't do her job, and she needs, police incompetence upsets me because of the indefensibility of it, because you could argue in shooting cases there's always going to be two sides, things we don't know, maybe sometimes, but in these situations it's just like the cops are being a fucking idiot.
So why would you park on the railroad? That's just common sense. A normal driver would, we all know, don't park on the train tracks.
Well, cops are above the law.
They're above trains.
The law of physics.
The train will stop for the cop. If a train doesn't stop before hitting the cop's car, they get arrested.
No. The train will go like this. It'll go.
They go around.
Yeah, it'll just go right over the like
police are unstoppable forces in nature.
Exactly. They're above physics. What did I just say?
They'll arrest physics. They'll arrest gravity.
They'll arrest Newton, that bitch ass.
Yeah. It's like, you did this. Smack Newton.
Yeah, what are you going to do, Newton, with your numbers, you nerd? Alright, finally, we're on to my stuff. Now the show takes on a distinctly different flavor.
Can I go pee?
God fucking damn it. Of course. When it's my shit, you see?
You created a divide between the segments here.
I did, and now I'm alone. Fuck it. This will be our break. Mid-show break. This is our mid-show break. People of the internet, or who are watching us, we'll be back. We're tired and we're sad. Also, I'm going to leave a message in the thing. On break. Back in 10 or 20? 10 or 20?
10.
Alright. I put it in the chat.
All right, and there's
We are back.
Yes, all right. And now the screen still says ThoughtDrought is out to get milk, but we just came back. We need you to help bring down the fucking groceries, right? All right, okay, here's our groceries.
Hurricane Hillary's still going.
Yeah, Hurricane Hillary's in the background, whining about how she lost, saying Russia did it.
Yeah, sour grapes, whatever. You didn't lose because of Russia. You lost because you were garbage.
Yeah, you lost because Bernie was so better than you, all right? That's why you lost.
Kind of is true, honestly.
Yeah. Look, I mean, you would have gotten a bigger chunk of the Latino vote if you just let Bernie,
be your VP.
I mean, just let him win. Just let him become the candidate.
Yeah.
Just step to the side.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to.
But you're not with her.
Oh no!
You're not with her.
I'm not with her.
Explode.
I just die.
Become a vulva.
Yeah, I become like a fetus, just disintegrate away.
One of her many dead fetuses. Yes. Alright, so we all know what this is about. We're late as hell to this, but I want to talk about it anyway. There was the Montgomery fight.
Yeah.
So basically, we all know the story, but we're going to bring it up anyway. So basically, there was this giant pontoon boat filled with people. It was like one of them big old river tour boats filled with people. They need to stop. So one of the dock workers goes ashore and asks the white man who's in his tiny little fucking dinghy. Like, it's a tiny boat.
It's just entitled white folk in a little boat.
Ask him to move.
Yeah.
And then him and his the white guy and his goony ass fucking friends decide to jump him. And man,
and it's just like this black worker who's just like, hey, you got to move your boat because this big boat is coming over and you can't bring your little boat here because there's this big boat coming in.
And then the white guy said, everybody started hitting him.
They started going,
And then black people started to pop out of, like, the water, out of, like, the trash cans, fucking out of the sky.
Yeah, they're swimming through the water, just, like, coming in like fucking snake.
Yeah, bro.
Metal Gear Solid,
There were black people in every crevice and corner, and they just flew out and just started whopping these fuckers. And it is a satisfying thing to see.
And it just shows that when one of us is down, we all have to come out and fight, alright, as a community.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
There's a part of this that I wanted to talk about, like a very tiny part. Okay. So
this is one of the...
There he is. He's telling him to move.
As an aside, this is one of the first battles that'll start the race war. Okay.
This is in future generations. This will be known as Bleeding Alabama.
Yeah. Just imagine. Fuck. And I'm just thinking, like in high school, you're like, well, what were events that led up to the race
Bleeding
war?
Kansas.
And it's like, well, look, there was already tensions in Montgomery, Alabama, and like, hey, look, as you see what
they weren't shooting each other.
Huh?
Bleeding Kansas, people actually shoot at each other.
Oh, that's true. At least here...
This is just someone getting the crap beat out of them.
This is just an old class, like, old world brawl. Alright, fist.
Like men.
Yeah.
Okay? Like manly men.
Fight like men. Okay, that was a bit... That was a bitchy.
Oh my god, that was the best part. No.
Yeah.
He threw the bat signal.
Yeah, no, he threw the signal. It's like, all brothers in the area. Yeah, no, just, okay, you did it.
You did it.
Yeah. And
it's like
the white guy came up. He had the surprise attack.
You ever play Fallout? So you play Fallout 4, right?
Yeah.
And you use the flare gun.
Oh yeah.
It's like when you shoot the flare gun, but homie has to like wait a few minutes, get beat up a little bit before the Minutemen come in.
You have a 5-minute timer. All right. And this white guy, he had the surprise attack, right? I mean, he could have done a one-hit knockout, but he wasn't strong enough to do it.
No, bros.
He underestimated his power level. And now
here he is. Some random ass dude.
He's being surrounded, be beat down by 3, 4, 5, 6 different people.
Oh yeah, and then there's that white guy that's trying to help but can't because he's kind of a wuss.
Yeah, it is what it is, and it's fucked up. And
it is.
Here we have a black guy who just saw this. Is like, get off my get off him. And no, look at this shit. Oh god,
those white men are just monkeys.
Yeah.
They're just monkeys, man. They're just going, fucking beat the man on the ground, just hit him and just smack him and just kick. Bro, this is monkey shit. You guys want to talk about the race stuff and comparing black people to gorillas? Like, you guys are literally just doing hit the guy on the ground.
I have something that's controversial that I can say.
Do it. Say it. Hot takes time, baby.
Hot take. This proves that 3/5 was a lie. You needed 5 person for 1 black person?
It's 1/5.
He is worth, like, 5 different white people, alright?
Shame on your race, brothers.
Shame on your race. They were totally wrong. Fuck the founding fathers.
I'm glad I'm Mexican. I'm just one of those white presenting ones, man. God damn,
you know I'm not white.
I'm two different colors.
Yeah. And just let's see these two people fight off.
Ah, see, there they are.
Yeah.
They coming.
See them coming. Fuck.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Just a random dude swimming through the water. You know that guy's 16.
In the ocean. All right.
You know that guy's 16.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's 16. He's like.
Dude, he is ready for the fight. Dude.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing about being young. You have all the energy in the world. You literally swam across the Alabama River to fight. But the fight's over. You know, he's like, all right, let's move away.
No, it's still going.
They don't know that there's a round 2. They're like, run away, little boy. Let's get away.
Is there a round 2 coming? Oh, yeah, I know they're going up to the boat. No, they're about to...
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, that's the... Okay, no, I'm getting it now. This is the reinforcements and shit.
Yeah. Oh, they're rallying the troops.
They're rallying the troops. Yeah. Gotcha. And there they are. Alright, come on. You guys rallied? Yeah, they rallied. Okay, yeah. He's like 74th men.
And now he's coming up. He's their leader now. He's like, alright, I'm the representative. I'm the one who actually works here. Alright?
I lead the army.
It was fucked up is that he's working so hard for a job that probably pays him like shit. Alright?
Yeah, it probably does.
And at the end of the day, he doesn't get paid danger pay.
Do you think he's guaranteed water breaks?
No, it's fucking Alabama. Alright? No, he's not
Alabama's pea soup, man.
No, yeah, he gets pea soup.
No, Alabama, like the state, the weather of that state is like pea soup.
Yeah, no. Look, I mean, you know what? He's fighting probably for his life, his family. He's like, I gotta make money for my family.
This is I hate to go feminist route, but this is also a pretty easy look at like fragile masculinity.
Oh yeah, no, it's like you're standing up against my.
Oh my god, that 16-year-old boy just threw his ass, dude. Just fucking.
No, the young will fight harder because they don't know better.
They got pride.
Yeah, they're trying to become men, and you know what?
Well, he did it today.
Much like the Vikings back in that era, you know, you come up, you fight, you're proving yourself.
Is that security guard on top of the dock worker?
Yeah, he's like, stop. We're gonna get liability charges. Please.
No, I think he's fucked up.
Just allow yourself to get your ass beat.
No, I think the dock worker is fucked up. He's like laying on his back.
Yeah, no, he's probably fucked up. But like, it's also fucked up. The security worker's like, hey.
Oh wait, we got any more zoom?
The security worker's like, please, the PR disaster is going to be crazy. Please, you know?
Dude, he's probably like that. Dock worker's probably fucked and angry.
Yeah, no, he's like, stop! What are you doing? Let them beat your ass. All right, it's your duty.
No, that dock
as a minority,
that dock worker
to let the white man
blood.
beat your ass.
That dock worker wanted blood.
Yeah.
So, fragile masculinity, fragile white people, and entitled white people.
Yeah, no, it's entitled. Like, oh, why can't we park our boat at the commercial parking site? You know, where you bring in your boat of travelers from a faraway land.
I mean, black people get to use this too?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's like, what do you mean I can just put my shit wherever I want to?
Fuck.
Isn't this a free country? Except for you? You're like, you know, it's crazy. It's
it is crazy. Alright, on to the next one.
Oh, okay. Next article, next video.
So,
superconductor.
We briefly discovered superconductors, and then we briefly didn't. Oh, that's fine. That's our
fun
business.
fact. Without a superconductor, we would have became Fallout. All right, this Fallout world, they didn't have superconductors.
No,
semiconductors. That's why everything's so big.
Semiconductors.
Oh, was it semi?
Yeah, semiconductors.
All right, popular myth debunked.
But the superconductor, at least the way I've heard it, I'm no scientist, is the material that it's made out of is basically, well, they say here that the follow-up preprint, they found that it isn't superconductor after all. It's actually a less efficient conductor than copper at room temperature. Yeah. But there was another argument I've heard about it as well. This was made out of, I believe, a type of ceramic.
Cool, like my brakes in my car, the ceramic.
But here's the problem with it, though, is that when it comes to industrial application, if the material can't be, applied industrially, it might not be that useful. It's like...
Oh, because it can't be like a widespread, mainly used
cheese could be a superconductor, but do you ever want to make a wire out of cheese?
Yeah, no, and I have classes in university where they talk about how technology as use versus as invention. Like, we invented this thing, but it's not very useful.
No, it's not. There are a lot of things like that. Yeah.
Look, like, in general, for the main public use, it's like DARPANet before it became the internet. It's really cool in this one use case, maybe eventually it'll be used across the world, but we don't know that yet.
Yeah.
And I would like to believe, as a hopeful layman, that this will one day be used across the world, but maybe it'll be put on the shelf, Maybe it'll be on the bookshelf.
There were other technologies that basically went the way of the dodo, like cathode tube TVs and Nixie tubes, which are more like novelties these days. I really like Nixie tubes. I've always wanted to buy one, but these used to be like the precursors to LEDs, I believe, or LCDs.
Yeah.
And lots of technologies.
But they just weren't the better alternative.
No, they're super inefficient. They take a shitload of
And that
power.
just shows that, in the world, we might have an invention, and we have something that's like it, but it just wasn't as good.
This highlights a problem I have with science coverage, is that and it's a problem I have too, like, I have an interest in science, and I'm pretty sure a lot of these journalists do too, but these journalists are not scientists. And this is true. And this is the kind of problem we run into as a result. Yeah. And I hate to say it as well, but not to hold these guys in too hard contempt, but if you ask the people who made it, they're going to be enthusiastic. Yeah. They're not going to be the most reliable sources out there because, they're salesmen in a way.
Yeah, but even if you're like a journalist, you would know, right? Like, the people, they're the ones who created it, so they're going to be the ones biased in favor for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
if you use simple journalistic integrity, you should know that you need to get a second source on this.
Few, honestly.
Yeah,
but reporting news outlets don't really have like a physicist on standby.
No, that's true. They're not they don't have the integrity like the Inception movie or Interstellar, where they have an actual physicist on board.
Yes, they don't have the extra money to just pay a guy on call.
Yeah, which is fucked up. But it is what it is in our capitalist system, where a movie can have a physicist on board, but not your local news outlet.
Oh yeah, Che Guevara.
Alright, it is what it is.
Oh, God. Okay, now this one hurts because I've been a fan of LTT for years.
Dude.
Linus Tech Tips. Let's talk.
I will listen to LTT while working. Mm-hmm. And I've heard some of this shit, and now I'm just saying, like, it's jokes, it's fun.
I saw the video where they interviewed all their workers about working there, and it was, like, also, like, a joke video.
I guess that was a bad sign, right? Like,
that was a bad sign.
Hey, look, everybody's having fun here. Ha, 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 ha.
I think I'm going to open this.
No one has any work disputes. That's why we don't need a union. Ha, 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 ha. Yeah, no,
yeah.
It's fucked up because LTT, as a gamer...
It looks bad on us in a way.
Huh?
It makes least sexist gaming bro channel.
No, yeah, it does make gaming bros look bad.
It does.
But then again, it's like at every... Like, you look at stuff like Blizzard, right? Video game developers. I don't know. There needs to be a shift in that culture.
Why are we talking about LTT, though? I'll tell you why.
Yeah, no,
I'll tell you why. We're jumping the gun a little. Why are we talking about LTT? Well, a woman who was hired a few years back named Madison. Some of you might have known her as the meme hire. She was known as the meme hire in the community. And
why was she meme hire?
Because she basically just made a joke video for Linus Tech Tips or something, and a bunch of people were excited about it, and it was like popular demand basically to hire her.
Yeah.
And she was like the meme hire, and she was in charge of, and here's her story. She's talking about her time at Linus Tech.
And I guess it gives her an interesting perspective because she's not really somebody who came in with sparkly eyes. Like a bleeding heart for LTT.
No, she kind of was. She was a big fan. It was like her dream job, arguably.
Oh, okay.
She came in, like, this is more like getting the big break you've always wanted.
Oh.
She was expected to post 3 tweets a day.
The big break that she wanted.
No, it was not. She was expected to post 3 tweets a day, 2 Instagram posts, 2 TikToks, which doesn't sound like a whole lot of work, but when you consider that you have to edit these, find people and schedule them, it is. It's a lot of work. Plus 2 Flowplane exclusives. That's a lot of work to expect for somebody.
Yeah. And if you want them to be individually separate, that's 2 new videos for TikTok, 2 new videos for Instagram. Like, you're editing
a lot.
6 different things, 4 full videos.
While trying to wrangle people to be in them?
Yeah, it's like you're just... Each day, you're just asking everybody, hey, can you do this thing? Can you do this? Can you do that?
Probably getting on people's nerves. Yeah. And she was also expected to manage things. But that's not really the issue. Overwork is common in the tech industry. That's obviously an issue. Don't get me wrong. But then the treatment of her got kind of bad. consistently belittled by upper management.
Ugh.
She was threatened. Her work was threatened. She was called into the writer's room and told, "Do you think any of these people would have a hard time getting a job?" Then she said, "No." Then they said, "What about you?" Then other things that she was told was, "Oh yeah," he says here, "don't be so pessimistic." She agreed to a no drama contract. Uppity women, right? Let's continue on. So, in my experience, there's a belief that everything you accomplish, no matter how much is created in your own effort, is actually due to Linus, which is, that's not toxic at all.
Yeah, no, it's because I bequeathed you with this opportunity.
Oh, it was publicly announced that Linus was hiring her before knowledge or consent, and also before I was even offered the job or shown the salary.
Yeah.
So that's not like pressuring anybody, right? You've been told in the interviews.
Yeah, we hired her, but for what pay? It's up to us.
They said they would allow her to monetize her YouTube channel as long as she shut down her Patreon. Then afterwards she was not. But this is only the surface. This is only the, what do you call it? The surface.
Yeah.
There was more. Let's skip all past this. This is just toxic work environment, right? Oh, kind of abusive, but not.
So the problem is that you fuck with somebody that actually had a following? That was actually known before they came to you?
A little bit. But yeah, I mean, people were also kind of hostile at her, too.
Mm-hmm.
But
but, at least from what I've seen from a lot of YouTubers,
here.
They side with Madison.
Well, now they have.
Yeah.
But for 2 years, though? I wonder how it was being treated. Because, this was known for 2 years. When I was read this fuming... Oh, so here's a post she put. For obvious reasons, there won't be an official statement disclosing private details of our current or former staff. On a separate note, no NDA or agreement from prevent a Canadian from, reporting mistreatment. It's like, oh, see, legally, there's nothing stopping her.
As a person who liked LTT, I hope that Linus Sebastian did not have a part in this, but, maybe that's just...
Oh, but we're getting into the juicy stuff. I was asked about my sexual history, my boyfriend's sexual history, how I liked to fuck.
So, like Bill Gates.
I was told that certain issues were sexual tension.
Yeah, there was another girl we went over about.
And I
Bill
should
Gates asked the
just
same
take
questions.
the coworker out on a coffee date to ease it out. Oh, you have a coworker who's being sexually over aggressive. Take them out on a date, ease it out. I was asked to twerk for a coworker at one point. I was actually told she was chunky, fat, ugly, and stupid. Called retard, faggot. Let's see. Oh, more abuse. I think the reason you try to be funny is because you lack any skills. She was told this by a coworker, and it sucks. Here's the thing. Oh, I was the only one tasked with managing the OnlyFans account. She had to see dicks and vaginas every single day.
What the fuck, man?
It goes on.
So you let
and
the
on.
woman be in charge of the OnlyFans account because she's the woman.
So remember how she was told she could monetize her YouTube channel? No. LTT said they will represent her in getting.
I remember him talking about that. It's like, hey, if you work for us, you're learning all these things. You can't develop your own thing on the side.
Nope.
While taking from us.
That's why. Well, that's why Linus says all the work you do is because of me, because you won't let them expand. But to be fair, actually, there was a video they talked about where they were always concerned about people using them as a leg up. That's why they had probationary periods and stuff. Which I always found I always found that kind of a telling concern,
Yeah.
I'm still angry that for a year I was being forced to sit under them while they're doing a company that really represents you. So basically, i.e., the company is paying you $600 and $100 they are giving you specifically to spend on their platform for their content. The cut LTT was trying to take was a total of $700, not the $600 that was the actual payment. I had to talk to multiple people before this was rectified. So they're just taking all the money she's trying to make. After I came forward, someone accused Linus of inappropriate conduct on Twitter. He came over to my corner and started berating her, calling her insane, mentally ill, and attention seeker, and just digging into his poor woman we felt wronged him. So that's Linus saying this. Also, I remember the corner I was in, people would sneak up on and try to scare me after the incident. Oh, so the incident she's talking about, it's up here somewhere, but someone touched her, like was touching her.
Yeah.
So she was scared. So it wasn't just people messing with her like jokingly. It would be people touching her and shit, and then sneaking up on her. So she tried to put a mirror, and it took them months to get it to her. But her coworkers got it weeks before she did. She tried to get RAM. Got yelled at because she got rammed through a friend instead of just going through the official channels because they took forever to get it to her. Let's see. It just goes on and on and on, just like this. It's like, it's so shame because this is another part we should bring up too. Sorry, I'm getting fucking distracted, but. Imagine someone calls you dog shit and the response you get is, go to them to talk about it. But that's what HR was telling them. They were literally telling them to go deal with the person harassing them. But the fucked up part about this is, and they say it in the thing, that HR is partially handled by the wife. By the CEO's wife. Which is crazy. If that's true. Because I know there's another guy named Colton who's overall manager of all that stuff.
You can't have the person
that's
who talks
crazy.
have a vested interest in the CEO and overall the company.
I mean, that's going to be the honest truth, though. Most of those people are going to be on the side of the company, but you shouldn't have it be so brazen that it's your wife.
Yeah. There's no disconnect, no barrier.
There's none. It's ridiculous. It like, this poor girl was fucking thrown through the ringer, and it's like, why wouldn't you come forward? It's because, like, this tech industry is LTT is a big fish in this lake. It is not smart to come out against them if you want work, especially because it's a boys' club. Like, frankly, straight up, every programming class I've been to, event I've ever been to, it's like 70-80% men. That's changing. There are more women in these days, but it's still a boys' club, and women are not going to come forward and talk about it because there's no benefit really, What kind of justice are they going to get? Though, admittedly, I've heard that, before we get into the new CEO's reaction, let's get into LTT's reaction. We are taking Madison's... Oh, wait, this actually might be the CEO's reaction. We are taking Madison's allegations seriously. We are conducting an internal assessment. We are even bringing a third-party investigator, and we are committing to publishing the findings, which I actually think, is good. I think that's actually a very good response.
Yeah.
Like, that is the best...
Although nobody would trust you if you're the one who hired the third party.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're an objective outside viewer, it's like, no, someone else needs to hire the third party.
Unfortunately, there's really no one else in that position.
Yeah. Because there's no structure for it.
Man, these people are bootlicking. No, people aren't jumping on the chance to hate LTT or a successful person, man. They're just, like, you gotta understand, like, all the cards are in LTT's hands. Like, they got all the power in the situation. They literally are hiring the investigator. Like, what do you... No, man. People just hate people who abuse their power.
It's like, what happens when you pay the person who says whether or not you did something bad? That's a conflict of interest straightforward. There should be if anything, it should be a government entity. Mm-hmm. That'd be the only one who has the capital to provide for the third party.
It's still better that they say that we're committing to investigating and publishing the findings, so at least then there'll be some public transparency.
Yeah.
But this is a very bad look. It's just, like... And what sucks is that you... I don't know if you know this, but Anthony, the host... He transitioned.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That was nice.
She's Emily now, and it's like I know she can't say anything about it, but I just wonder what she has going through her head.
Yeah.
Watching all this go down, because when I saw that,
I wonder if she knew.
No, because what's fucked up is like right before this came out, I saw that Emily talked about they gave me a month off to go through all the things.
Well, hello, new viewer.
Hello, new viewer.
Yeah, so we're just going over the LTT allegations.
yeah, they they gave her a month off. They gave her all the time she needed. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Like, that sounds like an awesome thing. And then this comes out like a week later.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. Yeah. You know? It's just, what a flip. And honestly, oh my god.
That's the meme picture, right? In the community. I cannot take this man seriously. Yeah. It's
using that in the thumbnail.
Oh, look, there's a meme up there, the Spider-Man one, where it's like, they love you as a hero, but they like seeing you when you come down your downfall.
Oh my god.
And they'll cheer on as you fall down. It's like, dude, like, when your downfall is sexual harassment, people are going to be yelling at you, alright? People are going to be saying, oh, why did you commit crime? Why did you do all these horrible things to your workers? Because you did horrible things to your fucking workers. But hopefully a third party will actually come in and give a objective view on this.
I mean, this points out, shame to see what's become the scrappy little startup. I mean, frankly, I think this comment is a good point, which is, points out something, which is, it's no longer a company. Like, they are a very charismatic corporation, but they're a corporation. And they're just far more charismatic than we are expecting corporations to be, because tech corporations in particular are kind of dry. Like the Micro Center, CNET, and all the like tech channels out there, besides like the ones started by millennials. Besides the millennial ones, the old guard, that shit's dusty ass fuck. And it's a shame because like even that look, that new sort of look is not enough. That new philosophy towards managing your company's outward appearance. It doesn't relate to your internal management, which sucks. It really sucks. But yeah, it's just confirming what we all knew. The tech industry is hostile as shit to women, which sucks. But, Yeah. What you gonna do? But yeah, they are a corporation. And that's the thing we gotta be more wary of in the future. It's like IGN, LTT, for a long time, we didn't look at them like IGN, but we kind of should.
Yeah, they became a full-fledged company.
With
and now they'll
channels.
come with the woes of being a full-fledged company like sexual assault.
Yep.
And
really, at the end of the day, I'll even give a hotter take.
Blizzard.
But I'll give an even hotter take. This might get me a little in trouble, but this is going to happen. Companies are big; they have lots of people. Yeah. What really makes the difference is how does the company react, and I think overall the reaction is good. So we'll wait and see. So I'll say that if there's anything for them that comes out of this, I think their reaction is above the standard.
Yeah,
for sure. But big L to LTT. We hardly knew ye. I'm big fans of ya. I'm hoping you guys do the right thing.
Yeah, and for this for the viewer out there, I mean, what do you think about all this? I mean, you have a person who started off as a basic YouTuber, grew into a full-fledged company, and now they're getting all the woes of being a full-fledged company.
And also to Madison, we're already following you. We support you and whatever things you got going forward. But obviously, you're probably not wanting to talk about this, but we'd love it if you would. Anyway, shall we move on?
Yep.
All right. Hurricane Hillary. Oh, we already covered it.
Yeah, actually, can they still hear?
No, there's not much left.
There's no more raining, huh?
No, not really. Ooh, we're near the end, but we are almost. Well, we're near the end.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about it. The trashiness
of. I don't know. We can skip it if you want.
I'm asking you. This was actually kind of a mutual one. Actually, I found this one, but we were both.
We can skip it for now.
Frankly, I mean, we'll go over it briefly just to say we didn't ignore it, but I'm not going to make a clip out of it. Basically, this guy has a bunch of money.
Look, Cornel West, he's on politics-wise, he's amazing, but I guess as a family man, he was bad. And that happens a lot, you look...
I don't care. I don't care about someone's personal life.
Yeah, look, if policy-wise he's great, that's good, but, if you're not going to give, he says... He had a lot of money he had to give.
Rich people owing money is so common though.
Yeah.
It just sucks that it had to be in the most like classless way possible.
Yeah, when it's child support, he owed child support.
You couldn't avoid back taxes,
and that's essential,
You know?
especially if the mom doesn't have a job or a high-paying job.
Think about
Caring
the racial
for a
element
child
of it, though,
costs
dude.
a lot of money. Huh?
Think about the racial element of this shit, dude.
Yeah, no, I mean, and then I would think, yeah,
Conservatives
the
are
right,
gonna run away with that part.
yeah,
of this.
conservatives might run away saying that, oh, look, and you know,
Fatherless household.
yeah,
Cornell
fatherless
West.
household, but yeah, that's
And that's why we're not making clips out of this.
yeah.
If you guys ever see this in the full stream, there you go. But I think it's classless. I don't really care. And honestly, every single president has some fishy shit with their money. Like every single one. I don't.
It just sucks to see it from him.
It's a politician.
Yeah, but he's more of an activist than a politician.
Well, he's trying to be a politician now.
Yeah.
And that's just...
Which is ironic because that this is when
I think this
it
is
comes
typical
out.
of politicians.
It's the Oppo research. They're coming out, they're digging into his shit.
I mean,
Because
it's
when you
like
start
Bernie,
going into
though,
the
you know?
political arena, they start digging up your...
But it's not even that, though. It's like Bernie, though, when he's like, oh, like, he's like a champagne socialist with 3 houses. It's like no one's going to be an ideal person.
Yeah.
No politician.
Although I will say
especially.
this is a step. If it is true that he's just not paying child support to, you know,
Remember that
mothers
time
of
Bernie
his children
charged-
that need it,
Remember that time Bernie charged $30 to hear him speak?
that is not the same.
I think it
Because-
has the same energy.
No, because like you are screwing over the life of your child
Mhm.
because you don't want to give them money. Maybe there's a reason why. Maybe there's other stuff we don't know yet. Maybe it'll come out later down the line. But you're just screwing over your child because you don't want to give the mother money. Yeah, like, that's more fucked up than saying pay $30 to see me. At least from what I see.
I mean, I understand. I guess my thing is that I just like rich person with money problems. I guess that
Yeah.
I can't get past that. I know that's kind of reductionist, but like, you know, like, oh, Trump not paying his workers.
Yeah.
Like every single president has some fuck shit going on with their money. Cause like,
But Cornel West isn't a billionaire.
yeah, but he's a politician.
And he's supposed to be working for for the working class, and he's supposed to be, you know, he's the Green Party candidate. Like,
Yeah, but he's a politician, and you know, hot take.
Mm.
I want a politician in power because politicians are slippery cunts, and that's honestly the kind of person you need to make laws in this current climate. But at the same time, like, I guess personally, I'm not shocked. I'm just not. It's like, you know. I guess you view politicians a bit more favorably than I do, but I don't. I don't. It's like
when you have such a high standard of morality.
He's also been on this earth for 60 years, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, you telling me after 60 years you didn't
Look,
accrue any problems?
I'm not saying that I wouldn't vote for him, but it would be a stain.
Yeah.
It's a stain on him.
Yeah, I guess. Some people might.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just trashy, I will say that. It's the trashiest way possible.
Yeah.
You know? Moving on. Alright, so more international news. This is a bit old, but...
oh boy.
Russia ends the grain deal. So what's the grain deal? Basically, if you don't know, Ukraine is one of the largest exporters of grain in the world. Not Europe, not in Eurasia, the entire world. Ranking in the top 10 countries, I believe. So, Russia basically said... Russia earlier this year agreed, or I think last year, agreed with Ukraine to allow the export of grain through the Black Sea ports, that shipping boats won't be attacked. And I guess as far as I understand it, Ukraine's benefiting from the deal a lot more than Russia is.
Mm-hmm.
So now Russia is suspending it. Now what does this mean for us? Well, the price of grain is going to go fucking up. Food's going to get more expensive.
And also we'll no longer have as strong of a tie to Russia.
Political instability, yes.
Yeah.
And also, countries like the Middle East, countries in Africa, parts of Asia, they're going to have food insecurity because of this. Basically...
Well, it'll create an opening for China to continue their Belt and Road Initiative.
Oh, for sure it will.
Like, basically, they're leaving open a gap that another world power will fill. And it could lead to Russia becoming less relevant if other powers come in.
Yes, but in the short term, though, it's going to be fucking disastrous.
They'll cause starvation.
To probably millions of people. And this is the type of shit World War III gets started over. So it says here, under the Black Sea Grain Initiative, nearly 33 million metric tons of wheat and corn have been exported by Ukraine. Yeah, no, they export a lot of food. So food's going to get a lot more expensive in the very near future.
Tons?
Huh?
Metric tons, they said?
Yeah.
God.
They are one of the largest food exporters in the world. It is actually very shocking how much food they export. And that's the thing. That's one of their major exports. And I guess there's a point to be made that when people talk about calling for peace, I only want to show them this because at the end of the day, it is not Ukraine that stands in the way of peace. It is Russia that stands in the way.
Yeah.
Russia is willing to starve out the world for its imperialist ambitions.
Yeah.
And that is what this is. This is imperialist.
I mean, a Russian might argue that, well, they're not getting a good deal.
Well, yes, and that the people of the third world are necessary sacrifices for Russian expansionism.
Mm.
They are necessary. They don't matter. Why did I go and see hiking shoes? I bought a pair of hiking shoes one time.
Well, data collection companies.
And now
they
it's
use
like
it for
you
targeted
gotta,
advertisement.
Yeah, and they're like, yes, now you must buy hiking shoes.
Yeah.
Like forever. It's like, no, I'm all
you're
good.
past that now?
No, I haven't burned out my hiking boots yet.
Yeah.
I have them. They're good. They're brand new. I only worn them out once.
Yeah.
Ooh, so IGN makes a good take. Yeah, this got warm. That's why I'm not drinking it anymore. It's like... The syrup kind of hurts your head because how sugary it is.
What does?
The syrup makes my head kind of hurt because of how much sugar is in it.
Yeah, no, it's a problem. That's why people will drink water. Or Pedialyte.
I think I'm going to move your thing real quick.
Fair deal, fair. Get some water. I've heard people say that IGN made a good take on Baldur's Gate 3, but I don't know.
So basically...
I'm a layman.
So, let's get into it then. We don't gotta watch the whole thing.
Okay.
We'll watch part
Elf
of
Lady? Okay.
Oh,
Advertisers? Okay. Not paying for YouTube Premium?
Okay.
Yeah. How we became stupid, Neil deGrasse Tyson. How did America become stupid? Well, Neil, you might have had a part in that, but that's okay.
Really? You think that?
I think his ego's grown a bit. Sometimes he can be a bit annoying.
People say that a lot. I've heard that.
Yeah. I mean, look, 99% of them good, but 1% bad.
I like his contributions to education.
I think overall he's a good figure. It's just, no one's perfect, I guess.
Carries himself like an ass.
Yeah, and I guess that's, part of the learning process. Somebody can be 90% good, but 10% bad. Let's see. This is IGN's 10% good.
I think IGN does a lot of good stuff, but one of my favorite, I guess it wasn't IGN, but people like to rag on Kotaku a lot, but Kotaku was the one who did all the Crunch Hour articles. Yeah. People hate gaming journalism, and it kind of sucks because, gaming is probably one of, the worst... worst industries for
all
both transparency.
Cyberpunk still came out like ass, huh?
Yeah, it's one of the worst industries for transparency, workers' rights, and general oversight. Mm-hmm. Because we're so hostile to oversight because it's it's my favorite game or all game journalists are SJWs. It's
personal attachment is intertwined with the industry,
and we wonder why our industry is so shit.
And at least it's not directly related, but tangentially, Marvel CGI union is might be happening.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, shit like this, though, we wonder why, why is every game being monetized? It's journalists don't cover that. Yeah, they do. They cover that all the time. It's just that no one reads it because you guys watch a bunch of conservatives bitch about some, opinion article they wrote.
Yeah.
You guys don't read the actual game news, and that's why our industry sucks so much crap.
Yeah.
Oh, every game's being monetized to hell? No one's got talking about it.
To be fair, though, you also have to click on the advertisements. And you might just not want to. I mean, you don't care.
Well, not necessarily. For websites, they pay to be there.
Yeah, but, is that enough?
I
know traffic
matters. But you don't need to... But you don't necessarily need to click on it. Though you do get more money.
Yeah.
You get more money for the clickings, yeah.
At its peak, a whopping 800,000 plus concurrent players were playing this weekend, catapulting it to the number 8 most played of all time spot. The gaming community has sung its praises, and it's incredibly refreshing to play a feature-complete game of this caliber on day one. But AAA game developers want you to know that this is Rockstar level nonsense for scope, that it's foolhardy to set expectations higher, and Baldur's Gate 3 should not be used as a raised standard to RPGs going forward. Why was the first response to defend the current state of AAA gaming as opposed to saying, hey, maybe we can learn a thing or two from Baldur's Gate 3 and make our game better for our customers?
Very humble.
This all kicked off way
Very
back
humble.
on July
I know,
8th
right?
of a lifetime ago.
Let's talk about why we don't actually need to put in
When a
effort.
writer and BAFTA nominee, Xavier Nelson, took to Twitter to express concerns about Baldur's Gate 3. Namely, that fans would use Baldur's Gate 3
What
to
game
apply
did you make?
criticism.
It's like, why don't you want to be the Skyrim?
Yeah, that's such a weird... Isn't that... See, this is what I mean. Like, our industry is shit. Like, we're literally...
It's like, hey, we're so good, but we don't want you to compare us to other games. No, I mean, you're going to be the comparison despite you saying you shouldn't be because...
Well, not even that. Think about what they're saying.
You exist.
Think about what they're saying. They're saying, you don't expect us to push. Don't expect us to push expectations or quality or anything. Don't expect any of that.
Oh,
like,
you think it's more of like a cynical thing? Like,
yes.
Like, oh, don't expect other games to be like us. We're just that good.
Well, no. They're not saying that. They these are other developers saying that. Don't expect.
Oh, other developers.
Yes, Saul. That's why I'm saying like this is why our industry's so shit. It's like watching a Quentin Tarantino movie come out, and then every director's like, "Don't expect me to be that good, please."
Yeah.
Like,
but pay the same amount of money.
That's shit.
Yeah, this is why I'm not buying the next Ubisoft game.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not buying. Okay, look, and even with stuff like Starfield from Bethesda, I'm getting that on Game Pass.
That's fair. I don't blame you.
It's like, why are you going to pay the same amount of money for something that's objectively shittier?
Like,
no, there's no point.
It's a very it's a very telling look at where our industry's at.
And they're not even the biggest developer out there. There's bigger ones.
I'm trying to see if who's this guy from, but he developed He didn't even develop any like big games. He developed like smaller looking games. Why are you out here getting mad? What the fuck, man? You're just like so random.
Raised standard to RPGs going forward. My rebuttal is, why shouldn't customers have raised standards? Taking it a step further, why shouldn't some AAA developers raise their own standards? Are we really going to pretend that consumers shouldn't be a little upset right now and hoping for an improvement in the industry going forward? Rockstar just announced a $50 remake, conversion of...
Yeah. If you had a PC, that wouldn't matter at all because you wouldn't just be limited to your old specs. Like, that's dumb.
It's a joke.
Yeah, it's like...
This would have been a chance for them to show off the Red Dead 2 engine on PS5, and it's such a missed opportunity.
Because they want to make the most money possible. They're like, oh, why hire developers when we can just port it over, put the resolution up, and then make you pay the same amount of money.
Make you pay $50.
Yeah.
We're making you pay damn near a new
Yeah.
And they're probably rubbing themselves raw for that. Oh, we took $10 off.
It was fucked up. Is that there was the whole GTA renewed disaster.
San Andreas 3,
San Andreas, Vice City. They're like, oh, look at these remakes.
The graphics. That probably scared them off.
Yeah.
And that's so stupid.
It scared you off, but you basically just did it again.
Yeah, it's funny.
Even worse, because you literally just ported it. You just made it available on the new consoles. You didn't actually touch it up.
Ain't that ironic? People are getting mad about Rockstar level quality, but Rockstar is honestly kind of bad at this.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Well, at least with porting old games. Yeah. Like if you bought Red Dead 2 at launch, you got your money's worth.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah,
it's a highly polished game.
Yeah.
You know something funny? I actually regularly play the unpatched version of Red Dead 2. I don't play the patched version because I don't have any need to play online.
Oh.
I never downloaded a patch. I've tried it a few times, but it's so much space for nothing. I don't get anything. Like the offline players get nothing.
Isn't there bugs?
Yeah, exploits.
Yeah.
I played the whole game start to finish twice in that no patched. No, the game is polished as fuck. It is chef's kiss.
For the PlayStation 4 and Switch, that has no mention of a 4K update, no mention of 60 FPS, and no mention of multiplayer support.
That would take effort.
The game came out 13 years ago, and the Xbox port does everything they're offering.
Dude, you know how great Red Dead 2 online... Dude, you know how great
Xbox port.
Fuck you. You know how great a Red Dead 1 multiplayer would be? You know how much that slap playing that today?
Just get the Xbox port.
I don't think it has online, does it?
I don't know.
Then some for free with your 360 copy.
Well, actually, look it up.
Go buy a brand new copy of the Game of the Year edition on Amazon right now for $30, and you're good to go. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, when released on PC, had furious fans.
So there's Red Dead on Series X and on Xbox One.
Wait.
Because look, a Red Dead original first came out on the 360.
No, they are no longer on.
Oh.
It says here
but
that...
was it available to Xbox One or Xbox Series X?
Nearly 13 years after its release. Yeah, hold on. When did this happen? Oh, this happened...
2022. At least that's when the article came out.
No, wait. No. This is... So that's the announcement that they're killing Red Dead 1.
Yeah.
Or no, Red Dead 2. What about Red Dead 1?
In 2022, July 22, they announced...
No, but that's for Red Dead 2.
No, well, look up.
I'm trying to see when they killed Red Dead 1.
Red Dead Online.
Yeah, Red Dead Online. That's what they called the new one. Remember? They reused
that was such a missed opportunity. I played it a good amount, Red Dead 2 Online, but...
Yeah, I know, they're just calling Red Dead Online, Red Dead 2 Online, Red Dead Online. It's stupid. But I can't find where... I can't find it. The servers have been shut down, though. They've been shut down for a bit.
Okay.
I think? I don't know. I haven't played in years.
Could you play the original single-player game on the Series X?
I don't know.
With the original digital copy?
You can play without, like, the internet part.
Okay, but if you bought it on the 360, and you bought it over the Xbox Marketplace, do you have it on the Series X?
Yeah, no. The release didn't even come to Xbox. The release didn't even come to Xbox.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We did it. Xbox beat the allegations.
You guys' standards were lowered first. They tested it on you guys to see if the rest of us would take it.
Well, they didn't pay for it.
That's true.
Yeah.
EA apologized and is
Xbox better than PlayStation.
Issues. Destiny 2 just released the
30
State of the
gigabytes for 30 frames for assault. Thanks, Xbox.
That they don't have the resources to release new ritual armor every season.
I don't care. I know.
You're gonna release armor. Do it. For Honor can. Do it.
I mean, Chivalry's been great on this. They treated me very well over there. So
yeah,
you know,
it's just because you don't want to. You just want to hire profit margin. That's all it is. It's like, well, if we didn't make 80% profit, why make 60%? You know, look, you just want a higher rating.
Are there any in-game purchases? No, there are no in-game. Yes. You know what? Just for that alone.
Ooh.
Just for that alone. Thank you, Baldur's Gate.
The thing is, I won't even dock a game necessarily for simple microtransactions, but the fact that you have none.
That's a point. That's an easy 1 point.
It's just like you are a classic game.
You are. You know what? Okay, let's talk about it.
Okay, but then again, you never know. In a year, they
but
might
you know what I hate? Oh yeah, you're right. They might do that.
Yeah,
shit
they might.
The reviews.
Call of Duty did something like that.
Yeah,
when
Call of Duty's always been bad though.
Yeah, but then they started to say like, oh, we'll hold it back for years. So.
Well, like, don't believe shit they say.
Couple months.
Don't believe shit they say. Don't believe shit they say. They're liars. I'm gonna just say this. I just remember once upon a time when we could earn shit. Once you bought it, you could just play it and play the game and earn shit. Don't get me wrong. I see the point of there being like free to play. There's a lot more free to play. Like, you remember the PS3 and 360 days? There were not that many free to play games.
There was Happy Wars.
Not like the shooters though. Like, you could get a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, and honestly, you have enough games to keep you busy for a little bit.
Yeah.
As long as you got an internet connection, you have games, and that's not true of a few years ago. You know. Like, do you know what game I played on the PS3 when I had no money? I just got the PS3 and I already beat the one game I got with it. I played Free Realms.
Free Realms?
Free Realms. You ever heard of Free Realms?
No.
It's an old MMO from back in the day. Yep, Free Roams. I was a ninja.
Did it have TV commercials?
Yes, it did.
I remember.
I was a ninja fisherman.
I played Wizard 101.
I literally ran around with a fishing pole in a ninja costume. Those of you who don't remember Free Roams.
Oh my god.
I played this when I was a bit younger.
No, I played Wizard 101, which was same graphic style, but not the same premise.
Yeah, I played a little bit with him. Played a little bit out with you. I remember.
Jeez. But it's the same style of 3D gaming.
I think Wizard 101 could have fit on the PS1 or no PS3 and the Xbox 360.
It really could have.
It really could have.
It's a fucking card game.
But that's the thing, though, right? Like, that is the one thing that's changed about the day. Like, you can get a console and have games without having to buy any. That is a change, and positive one at that. But
the Wizard 101 would hard lock you within the first world. Or the
first
land.
No, actually, Free Roams had that problem, too. If you, like, because everything was, like, a profession.
Yeah.
And you play, like, level 3, you'd get to level 3 in, like,
and it's just
2 hours.
Yeah.
And you have to buy the levels after that.
Yeah.
No, MMO free-to-play games were shitty back then, too. They
Although
weren't
I would
good.
play Wizard 101 again.
Would you?
There's something about it. I'm like, does my 70% lightning card pass this time?
I doubt whether or not Free Roams' gameplay would get any better if I played it longer.
Emerald's death build.
Well, again, I love it. You guys are great.
Emo.
Baldur's Gate, people. Look, even though I'm not a fan of Baldur's Gate, I want Baldur's Gate to do well.
Yeah.
Because goddamn, man, our standards are so fucking low at this point.
So I don't buy a lot of new games.
No, that's fair. I will admit.
I'm disillusioned with the.
No, you're wrong. You're not wrong. There is one game I'm super excited for. I guess since we're talking
Dragon's
about
Age.
Dragon's Dogma.
Dragon's Dogma.
Last time they made one of these games,
I remember seeing the cover.
Yeah, last time they made it, actually, they didn't have any DLCs, any purchasables. It was like...
That was it.
That was the game. Just, here's the game. So, if they keep that same thing going this time, this game's going to be fucking beastly. So, we will see. Oh, they have Khajiit now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Skyrim.
It actually came out right after Skyrim. Its entire pitch was, we have a better fighting system than Skyrim. Which it does. 100% it does. Way better. You can climb on monsters and stab them in the face. It is better.
Okay, sure.
Damn, someone just... Some people really be out here speedrunning the universe. We're getting off topic, but we'll continue on after this. Dragon's Dogma. 25 beach shots. Hi. Oh my god, 2. We're not going to watch this too long just because, I
don't know if this is, I'll let all my companions die first before I actually go in and fight. Yeah, look.
Is the AI glitched? I wonder if the AI... Oh.
I think the AI is glitched. It's like, no, fight my teammates before you fight me. I need you at a third of the health you are. Yep.
Is he just stuck? That is...
I think it's stuck.
Not a good first showing.
Why this is better than Skyrim?
Ark. There you go.
Yeah. But then again, it's also not,
Oh, it's not as immersive.
Yeah.
Skyrim is way more immersive of an experience.
There's a reason why Skyrim can become VR.
Yes. But she's not doing it in here because she's using the greatsword, but...
To be fair, though, I will play games that are third person like this. I've played State of Decay, alright? Like, I can play games that are...
games like these are awesome because, like, this game in particular, like I said, its whole pitch was, you can climb on the monsters and stab them in the backs.
But then again, it also does, create a barrier between the player and the game because you're not,
It's more control. I don't necessarily agree. It's like, you're right in one way. There's less, like, connection because it's less immersive, but you have more control.
Yeah.
Like, you can grab onto it and push it over, which is like, you know. I'm super excited for it. I'm probably going to actually buy it when it comes out, but it's no release date. Please don't fuck it up, Capcom. You guys are doing so good right now. You guys are on a hot streak. You guys released, what was it, 5 good Resident Evil games? 3 remakes and 2 originals? Like, come on, don't fuck this up. And Monster Hunter? Like,
yeah.
Please don't fuck this up. You guys are doing so good. Don't choose this to be the game you fuck up. The reboot. Please. Don't fuck up the reboot.
Do you think it'll be the game to beat Baldur's Gate 3?
No, it's a totally different kind of game. And honestly, smaller in scale. Ironically enough. Still a big open world game.
I do have to take a piss.
Oh my god,
I am
man.
sorry. I am sorry. Cesar Chavez fought for the right to take pisses, alright?
Arg. I'm alone. Arg. My co-host has erectile dysfunction. His pee bladder don't work well. If he drinks water, it goes right through his body. Maybe I'm the one with the problem. Maybe it's the fact that I don't pee every 5 fucking seconds. Maybe it's me. You know, audience? I think personally. Well, anyway. See, the problem with introducing stuff when he goes is whether or not I can actually do it. Because, like, I can do it twice. Introduce it twice. But then editing Daniel will have a much harder time. So, for the sake of editing Daniel and his mental sanity, I'm going to just wait. I'm going to just wait for my co-host. Hurricane Hillary rages.
Was that fast enough?
We'll check back on that in 30 minutes. Didn't wash your hands, did you?
I did. It's wet. You want to feel it?
No, I don't.
Exactly.
So
you don't want to know the truth.
I don't.
Okay.
So, okay, we're talking about Anna Kasparian's fall to the dark side. I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
So, she said a lot of things. We are not going to cover everything she said, because there's a lot. But we will cover some of her moments. Her tactical red pill moments. Maybe.
It's just fantastic. I mean, it's not hostile at all. This is the perfect example of a DEI-related grift that allows economically privileged women to engage in performative acts to feel like they're doing their part to fight racism. Of course, they're not actually doing anything to fight racism at all. And if they, that's exactly what happened.
I don't know.
To a question that makes you uncomfortable. To a plantation owner after she raised concerns about unaffordable rent. Now, before I show you the video, and stick around for it, I do want to give you the context so you understand where this woman is. When someone asks you a question that makes you uncomfortable, you could just
be to someone that's on the plantation that you own.
I remember this.
Isn't it so wonderful when someone asks you a question that makes you uncomfortable, you could just weaponize race to shut her down? That's exactly what happened there.
So,
I don't remember that.
This one
Do you remember that? I barely remember
where
that.
this woman is. When someone asks you a question that makes you uncomfortable, you to a plantation owner after she raised concerns about unaffordable rent. Now, before I show you,
I don't think that was necessarily directed toward women. He was using race, not necessarily put on a woman, but just he was using his race in defense of his political leanings, his socioeconomic leanings.
Oh yeah, because conservative.
And he's like, he's not necessarily putting down women. I don't know why she come to the conclusion, but just using his race as a way to get away from the fact that he's fucked up toward.
He's a fucking NIMBY.
Issues. Yeah, he's a NIMBY. He doesn't believe in bringing in affordable housing.
Fuck the poor.
Which is weird because it's like, why would that be the angle you take?
You know, I'll be honest. Yeah, well,
it's
public
like,
service.
It seems like you're not getting the message here. You're not getting the memo.
Tone deaf.
Yeah.
happens and end up being anything but.
Let's get past this one. Let's do the next one.
Who was shot and killed, he had only been on the police force for 1 month. He was a rookie cop. And when he was outside of an LA Fitness gym waiting in his vehicle, he was approached by one of the suspects who then, it's interesting that in that.
So, okay, we're not going to get anywhere doing this, listening to random fucking clips in this. There was a point Vosh made that I kind of disagree with. The gist of the point was, one of the reasons why Anna Kasparian feels this way, and this is from her words, is she was assaulted, I think. Sexually assaulted, I believe. I don't remember exactly, but she was assaulted by somebody. So she takes stuff like this a little more personally. Mm-hmm. Vosh says that is not a good way to get your political leanings, that is not a good way to think about it, and that's not a good way to justify your beliefs. And while I agree with that to an extent, it's not for policy solutions. In terms of taking in that perspective, I think that perspective is so common that we need to be more considerate of it. Because, like, it's the same reason why if you're a man walking behind a woman at night, you know, she's going to fear her for her safety. It's like, it's the same kind of reason. Like, people don't feel safe, and, you know, this look of letting criminals off easy is a bad look. You have to defend the policies and their success.
Yeah.
You know, dismissing it I don't think is good, because a lot of people feel that way. Like, a lot of people feel that way. Black people feel that way. Like when I was covering crime in the George Floyd protests a few years back, I asked a few people what their opinions were on a few of the locals around where I live, and yeah, a lot of the black locals were like, yeah, I want cops. I feel safer when they're around.
Yeah.
So it's that perspective is common, worth considering, and frankly, I don't even think it's necessarily invalid. You know, people want to feel safe. I think they have a right to feel safe, an expectation to feel safe. Do I think Vosh is necessarily saying that they don't? No, but I just don't like the dismissal of it, the out-of-hand dismissal.
Yeah.
You know? Let's see.
At that press conference, Gascon mentioned the enhancements that will be added to the charges here, because he is not a fan of enhancements, including gun enhancements. So, for instance, if someone has committed a crime, and while committing that crime, they were in possession of an illegal gun.
Yeah.
Gascon does not like to add additional charges related to the illegal gun, which I think is very strange in a state that purports to care so much about gun control.
Yeah, but I think our gun control laws are overly strict, and also, frankly speaking, what's the difference between 20 and 25 years? At the end of the day, they're going to get parole long before that point, or they'll be eligible for it long before that 20-year point. So I guess if you're reform-minded, it really shouldn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this is just one of those situations where, like, she really just does come down hard on crime.
So when you have an opportunity to penalize or prosecute someone who is in possession of an illegal gun, you should maybe take that opportunity. Just saying for a second.
You know, there's an article my newspaper did. It would be doxing. It sucks, but like they actually were doing a thing on Gascon's policies and their success and their failures. Like, I kind of want to bring it up, but I think I'll summarize it next time for later, for the show. But yeah, you look very.
Gascon was asked about this. Like,
I don't know what to say.
You expect better?
I just don't know, as a progressive pundit. I mean, maybe she's a progressive, or maybe she's just a liberal. Is this really what you're going to focus on?
Gun charges? Yeah.
Like, I mean, getting into the weeds here, but, you know, like, is this what you're going to fight for? It's like, oh, they should have the extra gun charge, or they should have the extra gun charge because you say you're for it.
Because they're against guns. Like, yeah. I'm not against guns. I don't like gun control as it is, so I don't disagree with that standard.
Yeah.
And I feel like, and I hate to say it, but I think a lot of Americans don't agree with gun control as it stands. Like, if you took California-style gun control, right, and put it all over the United States, it would be the most unpopular.
It's weird because with trans issues, right, they'll say, oh, most Americans don't care about it, but with guns, most Americans would be lax.
They would be lax, but like, do you think America would accept California-style gun control?
No.
Yeah.
They wouldn't. And it's funny how they'll bring up the populist argument when it comes to trans issues, when it comes to guns.
Yeah, California is a crazy fucking minority in that, man.
Yeah, crazy minority in the case of creating strong, strict gun regulation.
Yeah, because we know, as we've known historically, punishing criminals, over punishing them and punishing them some more after they're done being punished, that leads to great results. It just shows to me that they're just liberals. Hammer.
You know?
Just a hammer, man.
I mean, they're just liberals. It's like, they don't really care that much about
They'd rather the problem
issues,
be out of the way.
They care about guns because guns come up a lot in the news.
Scary.
Yeah, scary.
Guns are scary.
Yeah, it's sad to see. They're liberals.
You're a liberal and a Casparian.
Yeah.
Attorney's office, in California at least, with the phasing out of gas-powered cars, and they'll probably do the same thing with gas stoves, is they just ban the sale of any new gas-powered cars or any new gas stoves. And so the technology that you have in your home, the gas stove that you have in your home, if it breaks, not only are you not able to buy a new one, but it gets increasingly more difficult to just repair it. You get what I'm saying? And so, like,
I get it, but that's a bump. That's the normal bumps in the road as you transition to things.
I like how Jenks trying to, like,
he's like, maybe it's okay that, like, we move to a new and better technology, and it's like, no, leeches should suck out your blood to stop poison. No, we need to keep with old technology because old technology good. Changing of times is bad.
Minimize the financial
so
burdens
sad.
associated.
Yeah, don't
with
minimize
things,
it.
okay? Because I am literally freaking the fuck out about the charging station thing. I'm like, it's gonna cost. We're gonna take out a massive fucking loan to pay for it. We're not getting any help from the fucking government on that.
Did you guys ask? Is there any tax credits? But seriously. Seriously, there's no government help at all to transition you guys?
I don't give a fuck about tax.
I feel bad for Jake.
Jake's
it's
just
like
trying to be
Anna's
chill.
leading on all this crazy shit. Jake is like, okay,
angry white women, Saul.
Yeah, it's like I'll follow you to the grave,
Saul.
but I'm not happy.
Remember that Montgomery fight where the white woman was just trying to hit on those men?
Yeah,
white women, man, white women. They just got a thing about them. They're Riley, man. They're a Riley bunch. Can't trust them.
Why are you saying about gas stoves?
I don't know what she's saying about the charging station problem. I'm going to make a guess in that California is projected with the amount of cars on the road. Like, we do not have the infrastructure
also for a long
to support those cars.
You'll still be able to buy used gas cars for a long time. Like,
same thing with stoves. And also,
look, I'm sorry you won't be able to get the new 2024
Samsung
Toyota
stove.
Camry or BMW.
But like, old stoves are going to remain in circulation. People are going to bring them from out of state.
Also,
and
if you're
they got
rich,
camper stoves. You ever seen a camper stove?
Yeah.
Like, I want to buy a camper stove.
If you're rich enough, you could probably buy a 2024 BMW from a state one state over. I don't see why you're like, oh, well, I can't buy it. Now I'm just inconvenienced by the fact that I have to go over to Arizona.
I don't think they're banning these either, by the way.
Yeah.
You can buy these anywhere and everywhere in the country. And even if they do, like, they got the electric ones. Listen, my only thing is that it's like, it's not a real problem. If you want a gas stove, I'm like 100% sure you'll be able to find them out there.
Yeah.
Because people using gas for cooking is not really the issue.
And being such a widespread product, there'll be used parts everywhere. You just have to go through the process of finding them.
But I highly doubt, though. Those are going to go away in any time that should concern Anna.
Yeah.
By the time electric stoves are all common, they're going to be cheaper.
Don't you make enough money where this isn't really even a concern?
Well, like, even just ignoring that. By the time they become standard and everywhere, like, the stoves are going to be cheaper. They're going to be easier to buy, easier to repair. There'll be more stuff to repair it. Like, it won't be a problem. Because the market's going to catch up with the change.
Yeah.
So, like, especially in her lifetime, like, dude, she'll probably be able to use a gas stove till she's dead.
Yeah.
By the time electric stoves are the main thing, she's probably going to be dead.
These changes are slow.
They're slow. It's ridiculous.
Credits.
No, I'm saying for the HOA.
There's been no talk of tax credits. I haven't seen anything about tax credits. I should look into it. Maybe there are tax credits, but I don't give a fuck about tax credits because you have to shell out cash. Okay? Like,
You
So
save
nobody's
more money
forced you.
in California because we're an EV economy. We're an electrified economy. Or sorry, California is a green economy.
Yeah.
A green electrical grid. Sorry, whatever. I've been drinking. In California, because of our thing being green, you actually save money on the electrical gas stoves.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot, but you do save money. And it's not a big deal. And you probably will save money on your gas, on your electric bill and on your gas bill. So
Also, you're not right now forced to buy an electrical stove.
yeah, like no one's making you.
It's not like the ban of gas stoves are happening right now.
And it's not even like a ban. They'll just stop selling it. It's not like
Yeah.
they're going to cut gas off to your
Yeah,
house.
it's not even to come in and be like, do you have a gas stove? And you'd be like, oh no. And they're like, oh, you do. And
It's in the basement. It's in the
it is
basement,
in
and
the
they
fucking basement. Yeah.
they kick the floorboard.
It's like, are you cooking barbecue? And you're like, oh, and you just explode as they bring in the warhammer against. Yeah, no, like it's just, where are your priorities? You know?
I mean, as we just saw, you were like, I'm 100% sure. Like, I'm more than willing to bet money on this. In fact, do you know those camper stoves we just saw?
Yeah.
I'm sure that even after the so-called ban goes through, you can still buy one of these.
Mm.
I'm like 100% sure you'll be able to buy one if you really want one that badly.
Yeah.
All right, you really want your house filled with fucking fumes that badly? There, you can buy a dirt cheap.
That's another
gas
aspect of it.
stove.
It's not like it's done because of the push from electronic companies. It's because they release gas into the air that fucking damages your brain. Like, it's just from a health side effect that, you know, if you really want to think about it, it shouldn't be allowed. Why would you let a gas leak go in and fuck you up? Why is that safe and healthy for the American public?
Well, because I want my barbecue. In fact, no one's even telling you that you can't barbecue outside. You notice that's another point I forgot. It's not like we're going to be banning barbecuing and grilling and propane use. We're not banning stoves. Like, it's just alarmist.
Yeah.
Oh, Anna.
I want to do something in response to climate change. That is
Yes,
not
Anna?
my issue.
Do you, Anna? Nothing that makes you change your lifestyle at all, right, Anna?
Here. My issue is how, like, we're forced to make all these changes that are a financial burden, a giant inconvenience, with, like, little to no help. And the solution from the
But
government...
maybe it's different because we don't live in a house.
Maybe it's different because I'm not even allowed to change my stove.
Yeah, like, I'm not, as a person who lives in an apartment, you know, I don't have the ability to make these decisions. I was too poor to have this problem. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Anna. I just can't relate.
Yeah.
I'm just happy I got a stove.
Yeah.
Government, in terms of, like, no, you get financial benefits for doing this, is fucking tax credits. No, I don't want the tax credits. Give me the money. Give me the money. Okay?
But, like, you get it with your tax credit.
No.
Like, if you buy an EV, you get back the money. You get it on your, people always, like, they cheer on, they dance after filing in April.
I'm impersonating
They get a check, they get a tax back. You just get a really big tax back.
Nuh-uh.
You'll get the money.
Nuh-uh.
It's just, you don't get it right when you buy it.
Nuh-uh. Give me cash.
But then again, like, if you just got a really big discount on the item, you would just say, well, where's the government,
Cash. Where's my cash, Mr.
So you
Sam?
want the cash right on the point of sale?
My head hurts.
Or it would become easily...
That was making my head hurt.
You want it so that it would become really easily viable for you to buy and resell these items?
Well, that's kind of how...
you would literally just buy it for the government money?
Well, that's literally what the point of making this law is, right? The government forcing this... No, well, what's happening here is the government is forcing a standard.
Yeah.
So when that becomes the standard, it gets cheaper and easier for the rest of us. I'm sorry, Anna.
I guess it's bad for people who want to flip these products.
I guess it's bad for people who think they gotta replace them and get the EV stove right away.
Yeah.
I don't... What? Like,
why should I pay extra to stop my kid from getting gas brain damage?
But, like, who's making her?
Huh?
But who's making her?
Yeah, no, it's not even happening yet. It's dumb. Yeah.
Who the fuck is, like, she can buy a new stove till 2035, and how often do you buy stoves?
Is becoming broken.
Hold on. You know what? We're gonna look this up. How long does a gas stove last? About 15 years? Jesus, this isn't even going to be a problem for you. You're going to buy one in 2035 when the last year... You know the year is going to get pushed back, by the way, frankly. But assuming they do follow through with it, you're going to be good till 2050. You're going to be cooking your own shit at 50? Maybe, I guess. You know how... Oh, my God. This... You're telling me you can't repair a gas stove? 15... She's breaking my brain.
Her brain's broken, okay?
She's breaking my fucking brain. God damn it, Anna. You're better than this. Think. You have money. Think for a fucking moment.
Well, that's the problem, is that she has money. So her interests are different.
Well, fuck. Ain't that great.
For her, changing your stove is actually a problem.
Well, don't get me wrong. I'll cop to the fact that this is a non-issue.
Yeah.
In general. Like, the fact that the government's pushing
she can be angry at the fact that this is being pushed forward before other... before other problems. But she's not getting angry at the fact that this is getting focused on before other issues. She's just angry at the issue.
No. It's dumb because... it's just... Who cares? Like, Dude, it's like, okay, so you want to see... the genius political takes of...
Why do you have to make me angry at the people I once watched? You know?
Because I still have a respect for them, I just disagree with them. A part of growing up is learning to disagree with your heroes, right?
Yeah. Alright, so Deep Fat Fried take on Biden and Ukraine.
To approve another $20.6 billion in additional funding for Ukraine as the country's military struggles to achieve a decisive...
So, just so you know, in the text of that, it was $13 billion in military aid, which means that $13 billion in tanks that have been rotting in Nevada for the last 20 years. Keep in mind, by the way, a lot of the support we send these guys are like the tanks that haven't been upgraded. The tanks that have literally sat in
surplus.
Barracks. Surplus specifically kept to the side for donating.
Yeah.
You know that, right? Like, America has a specific stockpile.
So when you say that we're giving this many billions, it's not like...
The money was spent.
Yeah, like we've already made the check.
Yeah.
We just didn't write off who it's for.
And in fact, this is honestly the best way. Like, it was either that or Israel, and I support Ukraine a fuck lot more than Israel, so...
It's a victory in its counteroffensive against Russia.
This war was insanely popular at the very beginning of it a year and change ago. And people were gleefully posting those polls about how the balance of Americans were supporting this. Have you seen any of the recent polling on it?
No.
Support just eroding. Support, just like I said it was going to. Slowly but surely, people lose their taste for blood.
He's not wrong.
And we're on our way.
So, but are the people right in becoming disaffected from the war?
I think a part of
the problem... Because the people can all support one thing, but that doesn't mean that one thing is right.
So my issue with this take is, A, it lacks any analysis. It's just like, I'm right. I'm not even going to look into it any further than that. But here's the problem. And the reason I think approval is going down is because if you look a few months ago, what happened a few months ago? Ukraine took back a lot of territory in a short period of time. And the White House has been fucking, wish-washy on whether or not to give them more aid. That is why he's giving them, Biden's giving them cluster bombs. That's why they're giving them jets. Like, Biden understands that the winds are shifting against him, and that in order for them to shift back, Ukraine needs a victory.
And, people might say, why are we giving money to Ukraine and not places like Hawaii, which are being affected by wildfires? But
can't shoot a fire.
If there was no war in Ukraine, there would still be no support for Hawaii. Okay,
you also
it's not
can't
like Ukraine
shoot
is taking away from other sectors in the American, fucking purse. All right, like, just military spending was always going to be spent.
You can't shoot a fire with a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could sell it, but again, you're going to sell the tank to go buy a fire truck to go ship it to... Okay, have fun with that.
Yeah.
Again, like, it lacks analysis because... People they're not losing their taste for blood. That's fucking stupid. They're buying into it being a quagmire because America didn't support Ukraine enough. We need to support them enough to win. And if we're not, that's a problem. It's been a problem since the beginning of the war. Ukraine has literally been calling on us to give them armored vehicles, to give them F-16 fighter jets, to give them artillery, to give them ammunition.
Yeah.
Like, they have been doing this. They've been advocating for it since the start of the war. And America's wish-washiness is a part of the reason they haven't gained as much as they could have. We're also the reason they gained as much as they did. That's true.
And to be fair, it also could have been partly because the American war machine wants to make more money. And I'm not
stringing out the war.
The fact that the American war machine wants to make the moolah. It is
the
true.
The moolah's been made. The money's been made, though.
Although, then again, they'll also use it as a reason to make more.
But everyone involved besides them, every other party involved, Ukraine, Russia even, the United States, everyone who's a border country to them, and damn near the whole world, wants this war to end quickly.
Yeah.
Because it's, well, we just talked about it. The grain deal's ending, they're having issues with semiconductors, trade's being cut. I mean, this is a highly disruptive war, and you have all the refugees going to Europe. Like, this is a super disruptive war. People want the war to end now. It is, like, even the so-called bloodthirsty, Biden and the Ukraine supporters. Like, this take lacks any analysis. It lacks any consideration for the conditions on the ground. And it sounds like somebody who did not even consider that in their take. It's like, I'm watching this from the God chair, and I'm not even going to look at the little Ukrainians on the ground getting killed. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I'm looking at them in the most superficial way possible. I'm not going to hear what they have to say. Their morale is high. They want to take their country back. We should help them.
Bloodthirsty Biden, like, is it not bloodthirsty to just let Ukrainians fall under the might of the Russian army?
Oh, no, cowardness there's nothing wrong with cowardness. Yeah. Because it's their bodies you're sacrificing.
Yeah.
It's fine. Throw away Ukrainian lives, right? Because it's not your lives, right? It's not your home that got taken by Russians. It's not, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Just, I don't know. It's kind of like a NIMBY thing, ironically enough. It's like we could help them take their homes back without even getting involved. And, like, all Paul does is just sit there and talk about how we're, like, it's just like this bloodthirsty quagmire. No, like, everyone wants the sport to end. Tomorrow. Yeah. Everyone. Except the defense industry, maybe. But you want to know why I don't even fully buy that either? Because America now needs to restore its stockpile. Ukraine's still going to have to maintain a military. Poland's spending a record amount on defense because of the war. Finland is too. Sweden is as well. And Russia has to rebuild all its stock that they lost over this war. The military defense contractors are going to make bank after this. They're going to win no matter what. I think that is a weak fucking reason and explanation for why this war is going. It lacks any amount of consideration. Man, I went hard on this. Fuck, man. This shit it just makes me angry.
Yeah.
It's Iraq war brain. Like,
the thing is, if you don't support helping the Ukrainians, and you say it's because of the Iraq war, then doesn't that just mean you support America? That you don't think we should have given the Iraqis support?
Oh, yeah, the Iraqis should have just laid down and took it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the
Iraqis should have just bent their ass over for the American empire.
Stupid Iraqis resisting us.
Yeah, it's like, did you ever ask the Iraqis what they thought? Don't you think the Iraqis like it when the U.S. soldiers come in and become the police force for their state?
Yeah, isn't it great when a foreign white man speaking a different language tells you what to do?
Jesus Christ, man.
Anyway, that's it. Pain. Anyway,
anything else?
That's it. That's the bottom of the dock. All right, guys. Thank you for watching our Hurricane Hillary stream. If we're still here tomorrow, it'll be great. We have a clip coming out tomorrow. The Emma Vigeland and
versus
Timmy, and we have some more stuff coming after that.
Yep.
Stay tuned. We got clips coming out every day of the week. See you next week. And hold on, I just gotta find the fucking end stream button. And goodbye. Wait. Oh my god.
Stop recording. Stop.
Love and kisses. Goodbye. Bye bye.
Peace. I'll see you later.